morning, everybody. Brock and Salk Show. Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com. The Seattle Sports application here on a formal Friday, plus 97.3 HD2 and YouTube. What's going on with YouTube? I saw fewer people on there this week. I don't know. Maybe it turns out there's a group of people that like the Mariners winning and being in the playoffs, the postseason. Well, you can stick around. I mean, like, the show is still fun, even if the Mariners aren't in the postseason. We still have a good time here every day, right? We still have good stuff to talk about. We still spend a lot of time. In fact, we probably work harder on the days where that's not happening on the days when it is. So come on, stick around, right? Like, we're working hard. The least you could do is listen. Come on, people. All right. God. Okay, let's start here today. So I'm taking some grief, and I don't think it's fair, and I'd like to get into it, and maybe you guys could help me a little bit, because this is one of those things that I'm taking some grief for, online no less, and I don't think it's fair. So Justin Barnes, our good friend, former producer of the show, put together a post for the Seattle Sports Instagram page in which he asked all of the hosts here, the six of us, what our three best and worst Halloween candies are.
Oh, no. What did you do?
Well, I don't think I did anything. So Brock is I respect Brock's list quite a bit. He goes Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, Snickers, and Reese's Pieces. I love that. You know I love Reese's Pieces. And in fact, when I wrote Reese's on mine, I left it, just said Reese's. So I kind of left it open to interpretation. We'll get to that.
The peanut butter cups are much more common if you're thinking trick-or-treating.
Well, that's sort of the thing. I agree. I sort of, as much as I think I might prefer Reese's Pieces in general, for Halloween, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are sort of a thing. Bump went Reese's, but then went Skittles Nerds, which is just horrendous. Stay away from the fruity candies. I'm out on that.
Oh, no.
Stacy.
That's not a good take. Yeah, that's not a good take.
Yeah, I don't like those things.
No. I like Skittles and Nerds. Those are good candies.
No, I'm sure you do.
Starburst?
That doesn't surprise me. Stacy has Reese's Pumpkins as number one, which is ridiculous. Then Twix and Milky Way. Who knew Stacy was an old man like my dad? And then Wyman is an old man, goes Junior Mints, Hershey. What are those? Just regular Hershey's. And something called a 7-Up. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
I generally know stuff from before my time. I don't know about a 7-Up. So Wyman's old. And then
I just looked it up. Yeah, even like the label that's popping up looks really old.
It looks older than a Sky Bar.
It's a chocolate bar, but there's like different sections to it. So one's mint, one's nougat, one's butterscotch, fudge, coconut, buttercream, and caramel.
So it is like a Sky Bar is
it
like
almost
that.
Looks like you could break it into pieces and have a separate.
So that's what a Sky Bar is, but it only has 4 sections. So, okay. And then, Bob, is this not the most Bob thing you've ever heard? So somebody wrote that my list was the most Salk thing they'd ever seen. This is the most Bob thing I've ever seen. Snickers, Reese's, and then a tie between Kit Kat and Twix. Have an opinion, Bob. Pick something.
Says the guy who has 10 honorable mentions for every top 5 ranking.
Honorable mentions are different from ties.
I don't know.
Pathetic.
I don't think so.
Just pathetic. Anyway, so my list, I think, is tremendous and better than any of these other lists. Number 3, I had Snickers, although there was a part of me that didn't want to do Snickers here because as great as Snickers are, they are the candy, and shout out to my friend Jeremy who said this yesterday. I totally agree with him. They are the candy that gets the worst from full size down to mini size. Nestle Crunch, same way. Crackle, kind of same way. Those are candies that are meant to be eaten at the large scale, and when they get smaller, something gets messed up with the ratios or something. So I put Snickers down there, but there was a part of me that didn't want to. Number 2, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I mean, nothing, just keeping it simple. But number 1 for me is the 100 Grand Bar. And every 100 Grand Bar that I see in my kid's candy is one that I'm likely to confiscate.
I think that's an older person candy.
No, it's never been that popular. That's the thing about the 100 Grand. It's always been lurking on the sidelines as the best candy bar that no one talks about, which is why when you do get them at Halloween, they're so incredible. And I'm getting killed for the 100 Grand Bar, which I think is ridiculous. Just ridiculous. I thought it was, the only one on here that showed a little bit of thought, a little bit of
Lyle, do you know what a 100 Grand Bar is?
I don't think I've ever had one, but sure, you'll see them.
Oh, they're so good, man. Oh, do you like caramel? What do you like in a candy bar, Lyle?
Reese's.
Okay, so that's it? All you like is peanut
No,
butter?
I mean, I'd probably put things like Twix up there too.
Okay, so you like caramel, right? You
Yeah,
don't have a
but
problem.
why wouldn't you just eat a Twix or a Milky Way?
Well, so what's great about a 100-gram bar is that it's essentially, it's like a Milky Way with milk chocolate and caramel, but then it combines the elements of the Nestle Crunch bar, the crisped rice. It's basically a combination between a Crunch bar and a Milky Way. Like, what's wrong with that? Don't you like a Crunch bar now and again?
Nestle's Crunch? I mean, they're fine.
Okay, so take what's great about the Nestle Crunch, the little Crispies, and put it into a Milky Way, and you've got a 100-gram bar.
I don't think I'm big on the Krispies.
Well, that's fine. If you don't like the Crispies, I get it. But saying it's an old person deal or anything like that, plus, I don't know. They've got like the ridges in there. I love a good 100-gram. So that was number one for me. Now, on the other side of it, I feel I changed my mind, but it was too late. And I feel bad about it. So like a lot of people, like Brock and Bump, and Bob had this as his second worst candy, we all went candy corns. I mean, just disgusting. Just absolutely nasty.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's like eating a wax candle. It's just revolting.
No, I don't hate it.
You don't hate candy corns?
No, there's one answer for what the worst candy is, and Bump got it right. It's dots. Dots are the worst
Dots
thing
are
you
gross.
could ever sign up for. They're tasteless things that get stuck in your teeth.
Still not the worst. I have one that's worse than that, and I feel bad because I didn't put it on there. I did put Starburst 2. I know you guys like it. I think Starbursts are gross. And then I went Almond Joy 3 because I don't think
I love Almond Joy.
I don't think almonds belong anywhere near candy or dessert. Almonds are a fun snacking, salty food. Keep them away from my desserts, my cookies, my banana bread. Like, get almonds away from all. I don't want nuts in any of that. But I realized that I did forget. You're right, Lyle. Dots are gross. Charleston Chew are gross. There's
Ones that I always got disappointed in my candy bag when I was trick-or-treating were Smarties and Tootsie Rolls.
Well, that's where I was going to go more. Thank you for bringing it up. I wrote Justin last night at like 9 o'clock, and he said it was too late to change it. But the most disgusting candy, even more disgusting than the candy corn, and I'm not even sure it's close, is the Tootsie Roll. What even are those? They claim to have some sort of chocolate element to them, but they don't taste like chocolate. They're not sweet. They're chewy. They stay in your mouth forever. Generally, you have to eventually spit them out. They are revolting. I can't believe they hand them out as Halloween candy, as if it's some sort of treat. It's not. That's the trick in Halloween, is the nasty-ass, disgusting, they're gross. I can't believe that people out there actually like those. Absolutely nasty Tootsie Rolls. Ugh.
I would put Dots and Milk Duds ahead of Tootsie Rolls for worst candy.
Oh, so you don't like Milk Duds, huh? Milk Duds aren't great. Do you like a Whopper? You like the malted Whopper?
Yeah, Whoppers are fine.
I don't
Again,
like
it's again with the just get stuck in your teeth and not a good enough flavor.
Well, that's why Charleston Chew is on that list too. You can't do anything with them. They're disgusting. And then I would say the candy bar that is right in the middle. I'm saying it has some really great qualities, but also is disgusting at the same time. Do you know what that is? It has to be the most polarizing, except I think a lot of people, if you're like me, you like and hate this candy bar at the same time. There's only one. There is only one candy bar out there that you like and hate equally.
Is it the Butterfinger?
Yes.
Because that one sticks in your teeth too, but it's tasty.
That's it. Maura, thank you. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
The Butterfinger is right in the middle. It is awesome and it is disgusting all at the same time. So there you go. Three Musketeers I love. I know people don't like them out there. I know that the nougat can be, there's a lot of it in there and that can be polarizing itself, but I am pro Three Musketeers. I think they're great. Somebody had them. Bump had them on his worst candy list.
It needs something else. It's
I get
okay.
it. It can be very creamy, but I like them. I like the Three Musketeers.
The Snickers ice cream bars are elite, though.
Well, now we're talking about a whole different level more. I mean, once you start putting injecting ice cream into this conversation, we're out of the Halloween thing. Anyway, there you go. That is me defending myself. Don't mess with the 100-gram bar. If you haven't had one, tonight is a great night to do it. Just steal one of your kids and go have yourself $100,000. And I will just mention this like I do every year, and I'm sure I'll say it again at the end of the show. It's going to be raining tonight. It's going to be hard to see. Slow down while you're driving home. I have said many times on this show before that I generally drive too fast. I know that's a problem, but I do it anyway. I make an exception, and a special exception for Halloween night. There's so many kids around. We were with a kid a couple of years ago, well, a bunch of years ago now, who darted out into the middle of the road while we were, and thankfully we grabbed him before a car that was coming pretty fast was able to get there. But just be careful. The last thing you want is to plow into some kids tonight. It will ruin your life. It'll ruin their life. It'll ruin their family's life. Just be a little extra careful tonight as you are driving home from work. If you think you're in a rush, leave early, do something, but do not get yourself into a huge problem tonight on the roads. It's Halloween. All right, we have actual sports talk about today. It's new. What do you mean you don't think it's nougat in Three Musketeers? What is it? Isn't that nougat? I think that's nougat. All right, I'll go check on that, Isaac.
That's what it was.
I think that's nougat. I'll check on it. We'll be right back. We'll give you guys things you actually need to know next on Brock and Salk.
4 down territory. Michael Bumpus answers the top 4 football questions of the day.
What do the Hawks have to continue to do?
Every day at 11:15 and 1:15.
Be good when it comes to corralling quarterbacks in the run game. This is the most mobile quarterback they're going to play this week in Jaden Daniels. The Hawks are only averaging 17.8 yards per game rushing from the QB spot. This ain't the week to slip up when it comes to corralling the quarterback.
Catch every 4 down territory on the Seattle Sports app.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. Are they a reliable service? How will I know if something happens? Are they keeping everyone safe? At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today to talk to a local security expert.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
The following is a paid advertisement for the Wellness Company.
Hey there, it's Michelle Smallman from Unsportsmanlike. I'm thrilled to be joined by Dr. Drew from the Wellness Company. And Dr. Drew, you have something very exciting to talk about today, the medical emergency kit. Tell us a little bit about this.
It is exciting. Look, I have been fighting to try to protect the patient-physician relationship my entire career, and we have lost. I finally decided I need to be involved with people that put the power back in the patient directly. These emergency kits give you everything you need so you don't have to spend $1,200 going to the emergency room. We have a significant medical team, the medical board at TWC, and we just sat down and put together what we would want for our family, for our patients.
Oh my gosh, so anything that anyone could need is in this
and there's a
kit.
guidebook here to tell you exactly how to use it, and again, telehealth backup.
It's remarkable. It's innovative. Everyone needs to get one. UrgentCareKit.com/sports, promo code sports to get $50 off your kit. That's UrgentCareKit.com/sports, promo code sports.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
What
more Seahawks content? Join me, G. Scott, on The Reset. New episodes of the podcast every Monday and Thursday on YouTube or on the Seattle Sports app.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowes.com/pro-loyalty for details. Subject to change.
It's game time, and Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton are lining up with a roster that's built to dominate the field. The gas-powered RAV4, built to power through every drive, rain or shine. Or switch up the play with the hybrid RAV4, versatile, efficient, and always moving the chains. The Tacoma, tough, dependable, and clutch when it counts. And now, taking the field, the all-new 2026 Toyota Tundra, redesigned, powerful, and built for the big moments. Whether you're in the north or the south, Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton have your winning ride. Visit toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Well, it really does feel like forever since the Seahawks have played a football game. Fortunately, that will all change Sunday with their 3rd of 4 primetime games this year. This is the only one scheduled for Sunday Night Football, our only time to hear Tirico and Collinsworth discuss the team. So looking forward to that. It's not a must-win by any stretch. These are really more the opportunities to beat up on teams that are going in the wrong direction, right? Start to build those wins that really separate your record coming off the bye week, especially Sam Darnold, just trying to make sure he's in, the best stock, giving himself the best chance to win.
I look at some stuff fundamentally, mechanically, stuff that I can do better. But more importantly, I think it's just being able to take a step back, recoup from, the previous weeks and the season and the bumps and the bruises that, you get throughout the course of the start of the season. So it was just getting the mind, the body right to be able to go on this, long stretch of games that we got coming up.
All right, well, speaking of bumps and bruises, a little weird that Mr. Darnold showed up yesterday on the injury report with a chest injury.
We saw you end up on the injury report yesterday. Is that anything serious at all for you?
No, I'll be good.
Is that from Alfred Year on the sidelines?
I don't know what it's from. Just woke up a little sore the next day.
I'm going to just say he knows what that's from. I don't think that was a very good lie. I think he absolutely knows where it's from. Just my guess. Just listening to the way he answered that question, I think he does know where he, ended up with a little bit of a chest issue, but he don't want to talk about it. He doesn't want it to be part of the story, and I don't blame him for that at all. Elsewhere, no real positive changes at all. A couple additions to watch, both at wide receiver. Jake Bobo, partial participant with an Achilles issue. I generally think of Achilles as either being good or bad. Like, there is no in between with that, so I hope he didn't pop an Achilles during practice. Cooper Kupp, a hamstring that made him a partial participant as well. Don't like the sound of that one either, so we'll see where that goes. Congrats in order to Jackson Smith-Njigba. He was named NFC Offensive Player of the Month. Here is his offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak, talking about his star wideouts.
Can't say enough good things about his work ethic, and he's had a really productive start to the season, and he knows as better as anybody that it's a long year, and all of our work's ahead of us. So just keep his head down and stay humble and stay hungry.
I don't think any of those things will be a problem for Jackson Smith-Njigba. So looking forward to seeing what these last even more than half a season now holds in store for him.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Yeah, when I hear Game 6 of the World Series, I think that it could be magical. It includes 3 of the most famous and entertaining World Series games of all time, 1975, 1986, 2011. And yes, we should add to that 1993. You may remember it. You may remember this walk-off that won the World Series.
So the tying run is at second. The run that would win the World Series is at first, and Joe Carter is the batter.
Here's a pitch on the way, a swing and a belt, left field, way back, Blue Jays win it! The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
The winners and still world champions, the Toronto Blue Jays.
It is really, really loud in that building as Joe Carter walks it off. Touch 'em all, Joe, is the famous call. I remember watching that in Steve Littner's basement. Steve didn't care, but I cared. I was into it. He was not, but we made him watch it, and we were watching as Joe Carter walked it off. So that was in Toronto. Got a chance to see another one tonight. If so, Kevin Gossman's going to have to outduel Yoshinobu Yamamoto. The second-year pitcher has an ERA right now under 2.5 for the season, and that has shrunk even further in the playoffs. I believe it's under 1.5 or right around 1.5 in the postseason. So they're going to have, look, the Dodgers have to hit. Some of those guys have to wake up. We haven't seen anything from Mookie Betts really at all. They got to hit. Dave Roberts knows it.
You know what? I think, I've been doing a lot of thinking about this. I'm sure our guys too. I think it's more of, all that being said, intent, mechanics, we got to find a way to win one game. And I could dive into my thoughts, but I think at the end of the day, they've just got to compete and fight in the batter's box. And it's one-on-one, the hitter versus the pitcher, and that's it. I think that, that sort of mindset is all I'll be looking for. And, and expect good things to happen from that.
All right, we'll see. That game is tonight. Bryce Miller apparently going to avoid elbow surgery this offseason. He told Adam Jude that the bone spurs seem to be reacting pretty well to gel cortisone injections. They hope to just continue down that path.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
The sad case of Mike McDaniel continues. I just feel bad. I feel bad watching this guy. He seems like a really nice dude, and he's coaching a team that obviously knows he's not going to be around much longer. His Dolphins were just a brutal watch once again last night. Blown out by Baltimore. Lamar Jackson didn't even need to run. He just instead went 18 of 23 for 204 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Down in 7. Pass is caught by Andrews for another touchdown. Andrews has both tonight. That's good from 20.
Yeah, nice job, Moore. You were absolutely right to start, or to tell someone to start Lamar Jackson yesterday. He was great in his return. Kraken will host the Rangers tomorrow night. New York just beat Edmonton last night. That is everything you need to know, 1/4 every hour, here on the Brock and Salk Show. Who thought playing as 425? Who thought playing a Toronto Blue Jays highlight past or present was a good idea? Little tone deaf there. Not really. No. I don't think what happened with Joe Carter in 1993 has anything to do with what happened to the Mariners a couple of weeks ago. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you on that one. And if that one really bothers you, I don't really know what to tell you. Let's see. Isaac came back and says, yeah, it's fluffy whipped nougat that is in the Three Musketeers. Yeah, it's like a different type of nougat, I guess, than the Snickers. I don't know. I don't really know what nougat is. I just know that it's in Three Musketeers. Yeah.
I looked it up and so it just says it's a confection made from sugar or honey, whipped egg whites, and roasted nuts like almonds or pistachio.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I like nougat. I generally like it. You throw it into a candy bar, it's probably going to be a pretty solid choice. I like Snickers. I like Three Musketeers. Is there nougat in a Milky Way? I think there is, and I like a Milky Way. Yeah, so I'm into all those things. Yeah, more nougat. Bring on the nougat. We're good to go. All right, man, we got stuff to do today, huh? So I'm still Maura. You sent this over last night. I still don't have my word yet.
Oh, well, you have some time to think about it.
Not much. I got about 20 minutes, and during these 20 minutes, I'm going to come up with the right word to answer your question. I know you already did. So let's take a little look at what's going on in Washington and what we can expect to see on Sunday night. And after that, I will answer the very difficult question you threw out to us over the email last night. We'll do that coming up. It is Brock and Salk on a Fan Friday, which, of course, powered by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel here on Seattle Sports on 710.
The one and only Mark Schlereth. Every Monday at 4 during the NFL season with Wyman and Bob.
Sam Darnold, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,700 yards, 68% completion percentage. Great stats. He's only been sacked 9 times.
I think he's been playing great. You know, I'm a big fan. I'm a big Sam Darnold fan. What he's gone through to get to where he is right now, I think it's a really cool story.
On Seattle Sports, on YouTube, and the Seattle Sports app.
And owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown!
Yes! Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/pro-loyalty for details. Subject to change.
With football season comes colder weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here with Keith Dashafee from locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. So Keith, what's your next big play?
Well, Steve, right now get 40% off qualifying installs or no payments and no interest for 12 months on approved credit.
Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
The birth of the American supercar is roaring into LeMay, America's Car Museum, starting October 25th. Curated by racing icon Steve Saleen, this electrifying exhibition showcases the evolution of American speed, style, and engineering, featuring icons like Hennessy, Shelby, Zinger, and more. From raw horsepower to groundbreaking design, this is the ultimate tribute to performance. Don't miss the birth of the American supercar, opening October 25th at LeMay, America's Car Museum. Visit americascarmuseum.org to learn more.
Brock and Salk's Rewind is presented by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, Sunday Night Football. We will finally get to see the Seahawks again, Brock, after what feels like forever. They will be in Washington to take on the Commanders, and let's learn a little bit more about them from our friend Bram Weinstein, one of my favorites, the voice of the Commanders. What's up, man? How are you?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
We're good. We're good. I gotta learn a little bit about this Commanders team from you because I was
losing money, Brian. He's losing money.
I did put a little.
He went to Vegas before the season. He laid a whole bunch of shekels on the Commanders. He fell in love with Jaden like everybody else did. We know DQ, and he's like, "Yeah, I got pretty good little odds
20
here.
to 1
Yeah,
on
pretty good
the
odds.
Commanders to win the Super Bowl, and now they're 3-5. What is going on?
What is going on? Oh, man, how much time do you have?
15 minutes.
This season has not gone the way that they expected, obviously, and not the way the NFL expected. This is our fourth primetime game of the year. We are one of the most profiled teams. We're going to Madrid in a couple weeks. We have a Christmas Day game. We're playing 5 night games. Like, the NFL thought that they were going to take off after what they did a year ago. And I think it kind of starts with the projected starting offensive lineup has literally never practiced together once, not since the start of training camp. Whether it was Terry McLaurin's contractual holdout, Noah Brown's injury, Sam Cosby coming off their right guard, Pro Bowl right guard coming off ACL, a variety of other injuries to their offensive line. They just never had their team on the field. And it didn't really show up until the last couple of weeks where all of these people going in and out, and Shaden's missed 3 games. And Terry's been out for what will be now 5. Noah Brown's missed the majority of the season. They just can't find any consistency whatsoever on offense. It's starting to catch up to them. Earlier in the year, they were still a top 10 scoring offense, and they're still a top 3 rushing offense. But that has ebbed here the last couple of weeks, and it really shouldn't be a surprise. Defensively, they're having a hard time stopping anybody. Their ranking, total defense, has gone down each week since week 1. They have not been a great tackling team. Let's see, 5 of the 8 games they didn't cause a takeaway. They've started to get injuries up front, specifically at defensive end. They lost 3 defensive ends over the last few weeks, and that's catching up with them. So, and then it doesn't help that they played 3 of the 5 top most prolific offenses over the last 4 or 5 weeks. So, and they're getting another one on Sunday night. So the schedule's been really hard, arduous. Jaden's been hurt. The offense has never been together even when he isn't. And the defense hasn't played to expectations, and now they're beat up. What else do you need to know?
Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? Right? I mean,
other than that, everything's great. Yeah.
Will we see Jaden Sunday night?
I think so. He practiced yesterday, practicing today. He's trending towards that. You will not get Terry McLaurin. He's out. Again, he re-injured his quad, but kept him out a month. He came back, made a couple of great catches, including his first touchdown of the year against Kansas City, but he's already been deemed out. We don't know how much longer he's going to be out again. But Jaden does seem to be trending in the right direction.
You know, I when I texted you yesterday, I looked at the last text exchange we had from about a year ago, and you wrote of Jaden Daniels, he's a unicorn, which I love, and I'm a huge, huge fan of his. Do you still feel that way? How much of this is on him? Like, is there a step back, or do we still have the same high expectations for where his career is going?
His numbers are a little bit down, like especially completion percentage. It's a little bit down, but I really do attribute that to what happened in the summer leading into the season. They just never practiced together, all of them. They were just never on the same page. They were never on the field at the same time. And as we were kind of watching through the summer, I kind of expected a slow start to the offense. And the hope would be that, like, because Terry didn't practice the entire summer, sitting in, waiting for a new contract. And, you know, like, they're incorporating Deebo Samuel, who's going to be a very big part of an offense. But if you don't have the other primary players out there with him, they were shuffling around the offensive line. The defense looked great in camp, but I think partially because of the offense was kind of a work in progress the whole time. So I don't think it's really fair to judge him at this point. His completion percentage is down. All the other metrics are kind of up. He still has only thrown one interception this year. He's still one of the, leading rushers of the quarterback, from the quarterback position. So I just don't think we've gotten a real look at what he is in year two. But I haven't seen anything that feels like a step back. I think there's just been a lot going on around him.
Do you think he can take on the amount of contact? I know that was a storyline in one of the national games. I remember watching it, and obviously Lamar is a guy that has run for a decade in the league and been an MVP and been a unicorn himself. Do you think Jaden, coming off the knee and now a hamstring, will be as much of a threat and look to run as much as he did a year ago?
I don't think they can take it out of his game. It really is what separates him. He's an extremely instinctual player. He is way ahead of the curve. We're biased, but I think there's an argument that was the greatest season any rookie quarterback has ever had. But for how far they went with what the team was coming into the season and off of all the changes that had occurred, and they were 4-13 the year before he's a rookie quarterback. His metrics were outrageous. He had the highest qualified completion percentage of any rookie ever. Like it was a magic carpet ride with him. But to answer your question specifically, he's tall, but he's not a big guy. And it's always been a concern with hits, and it's been obviously a running storyline here about get down, get out of bounds. He often is very protective of himself. Like, he does go out of bounds. He does slide. He's got incredible timing. He constantly beats, people to the line to get gets out of bounds and avoids hits. I think the hamstring one was somewhat unfortunate. The week 2 hits, he took so many hits on a pass rush that overwhelmed them against Green Bay early in the season. And, I think it's TBD. This is the concern with him. He's got a slight build. And so he's going to get punished. But so I think avoiding it is probably the best way to go. And he's built to do that part of it. But we'll see this weekend. There's full respect for what Seattle's defense has done this year. And he's going to be marginalized. He certainly isn't going to be 100% if he does play.
How's Bobby doing?
Bobby Wagner?
Yeah.
Listen, he's beloved. He's had a rough time this year. I think his age is showing a little bit. And he's been caught in some bad matchups. Last week, one of the touchdowns they gave up was to Rashee Rice, and they ended up getting a matchup with Bobby Wagner on him, which good luck with that. Good luck any middle linebacker trying to cover that. But John Robinson had a huge play on him out of the backfield. I would say that his age is catching up with him, and he's slowed down a little bit. And in the passing game, there are matchups that are being taken advantage of in Washington. People are talking about it a lot because of the overall defensive ranking. Otherwise, he's as stout as ever, specifically against the run game. And, he's everything we could have asked for from a leader, for sure. He and Zach Ertz, alongside, Jaden Daniels' play, were a big part of, I think, what happened a year ago with this team. Like, this wasn't a typical rebuild. Like, they had a lot of Hall of Fame caliber veterans that were brought in on short-term deals, and they caught lightning in a bottle with it. He was a big part of that.
Is desperation a fair way to characterize for the Commanders what Sunday night is at this juncture at 3-5?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, they've lost a lot of games to conference opponents too. And, you know, like there was a big story like in the offseason, like, did they close the gap on Philadelphia enough? Like, clearly not. You know, so they're chasing, you know, I don't know if they are the best team in the NFC, but they're one of them, you know, again this year. Like, I know everyone talks about all the drama with them, but go look at their record. So, you know, you've got to win 12, 13 games. That's not going to happen for the Commanders this year. So the pathway here is to somehow get back into the wild card race. I mean, they do play the Eagles twice. They haven't played them yet. But, like, still, the pathway right now feels like they're going to have to get back in the wild card race when you're looking at it this weekend. And they just got to figure something out. If they can win this game, their schedule gets no easier. They got Detroit next week, and then we're going to Madrid to play the Dolphins over in Spain. Then we get a bye week. If they could just win 2 of the next 3, and that really circles Seattle. If they can win 2 of the next 3 and do 5 and 6, get a bye, then the hope is they will start to get some of their players back. And if they start to get some of their players back and they actually have something resembling a healthy version of the roster that we thought they would have from the get-go, I think it gives them a puncher's chance down the stretch. But this game feels huge for Washington's playoff hopes this year.
Still having fun? Loving the gig?
Oh, man, it's the best. I grew up in D.C. This is a dream job. And it's it's better when they win. And last year was that was something that was otherworldly because it was so unexpected. So that was super fun. And this has been super frustrating. But there's kind of nothing like it. And I hope I do this for the rest of my life. It's amazing.
Are they rebuilding RFK? Have they broken ground on that as well?
They haven't broken ground yet, but that's going to happen probably early next year. They're still working with architects. We haven't seen the renderings of what they want to do, but it's going to be really cool. I think it's going to be more SoFi than anything. I mean, they've talked openly about how they want a venue that is not just a great home for the NFL team, but to be something that could be utilized for all sorts of international events. Like, they're going to try to get the Women's World Cup. They're going to get the Eras Tour, whatever comes next. Like, that's what they want. They want this to be a state-of-the-art hub on the East Coast that attracts literally everything. So I can't wait to see what they build.
Pretty cool. Thanks for fitting us in today, man. Really appreciate it. I know you're busy and just always love catching up. And we'll see what happens on Sunday, but enjoy it, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Bram Weinstein in D.C., voice of the Washington Commanders. Excuse me, nearly slipped up and went with their old name, which I haven't called them in quite some time. I love Bram, man. I really do. That guy's hilarious. He was so much fun. We used to do back in the day when I used to fill in for Doug Gottlieb all the time. And we've kind of talked through this, right? Guys like Adnan Virk did it a lot, and Kevin Nagandi would do it a lot. Linda Cohn did it a bunch. Jamel Hill did it a bunch. The coach, Jonathan Coachman, did it a couple times. But I always really enjoyed working with Bram. He was one of my favorites. Just an opinionated, funny, energetic dude, and I'm really happy for him. I know he liked doing SportsCenter, but I think he really loves what he's doing now, and it's probably a better fit for him long term. So pretty cool. Congratulations to him, and psyched that he'd spend a few minutes with us again, talking through the Commanders. All right, so Maury, you sent this over. Good Morning Football, and they do good stuff. Good Morning Football asked their hosts to describe the Seahawks in one word. I still don't have my word. I've been thinking about it, and I don't have like a good one word to describe this team. I have one, but I think it's lame. Here is, let me go through them. This was Kyle Brandt and his one word.
My word for the Seattle Seahawks in 2025 is shh. And I looked this up. This actually is considered a word in the dictionary. You can even use this word in Scrabble. So it is a word. And last week I was screaming about the Seahawks, about no one talks about them this, and no one talks about them that, and ESPN doesn't cover them this. And the number one response from Seahawks fans was, shut up, dummy, we like it that way. Stop talking about us. There's no gratitude, there's no excitement. It's let's keep it that way as JSN dunks over the crossbar and gets a penalty for it. This team does pretty much everything well, including win games that matter against opponents that matter. You see a lot of fat records out there, and you look who they beat, and you're like, Mike talked about this. They beat Jacksonville when they really mattered. They just beat Houston when they were warming up. They beat Pittsburgh earlier in the season. Quality wins across the board. And just watch to the factor of this. When and if they beat the Commanders this next weekend, and Jaden Daniels happens to play, doesn't, it'll be more about what's wrong with the Commanders.
Well, I do agree with everything you said. The only thing that surprises me is that doesn't, I'm sure there were some Seahawks fans saying, hey, be quiet, shh, don't tell anybody, we're happy sneaking up on the world. But that doesn't sound like the Seahawks fans and Seattle fans that I've gotten to know over the last 16 and a half, nearly 17 years. Generally, the Seattle fan I know is pretty happy to hear that there's somebody out there who's actually taken notice from the national media rather than mad at them for doing so. So I like it, though. Kyle Brandt using shh, and I think that's probably a good one. Manti Te'o. I'm sorry. I have to laugh every time I think of Manti Te'o. I feel bad. But every time I hear or think.
How long?
It's been forever. I know. It's terrible. This is a me problem, not a him problem. But when I hear Manti Te'o's name and one word to describe, all my mind goes to is making jokes, and I feel bad about that. That should not be the case anymore. I'm sorry about that, Manti.
Well, also, apparently the Netflix documentary really details a lot of the story where people feel bad for him.
As they should. Yeah, it's a sad story, and yet, I'm telling you, I'm just being transparent with you. Here was Manti Te'o's word to describe the Seahawks.
The word I got is dependable. Now, hear me out when I say dependable. There's a quality about really good football teams. That quality is they beat the teams that they're supposed to beat. When I look at the Seattle Seahawks and you look at whoever they're playing, the teams that they're playing and you assume they're going to win them, they're going to win them. We can't say that for a lot of teams in the league right now. Some teams will come off big wins and then the next week play a team you think they're supposed to beat and they don't beat them, or they don't beat them in the fashion that you think they're going to. Right now, the Seattle Seahawks in 2025 are beating the teams that they're supposed to beat, and they're beating by margins that they're supposed to beat them by. So I got dependable.
Yeah. That's not untrue. I guess. I don't, again, yeah, okay. I don't know that to me has been a defining characteristic of this team. Dependability. First of all, it's only 7 weeks into the season for them. I don't know whether we can determine whether or not they're dependable yet. But I guess, what makes sense about that is their only 2 losses come to teams that are, both above 500, both playing good ball. At least, San Francisco was earlier, and Tampa Bay has been one of the better teams in the league. So in that regard, yes, they've taken care of business against the rest of the league, which is kind of what they're supposed to do. I don't know whether we know yet whether that's a defining characteristic of them. It just feels a little early to make that call. But I don't hate it. Yeah, all right, they're dependable. And then finally, here was Mike Garafolo.
I'm going to go with undaunted, because right now the Seahawks are 3-0 on the road, and some of those were tough games. Going into Pittsburgh there, after Pittsburgh had won their opener, I believe that was week 2, they go and win there. The Jaguars were on a roll at that time when they went into Jacksonville and they beat them. Now they got to go into Washington to face the Washington Commanders. It reminds me of Pete Carroll's Seahawks. Pete Carroll's Seahawks did a good job of traveling all the way east and winning games on the road. Now Mike McDonald started to do that as well. They went in. They played solid football in those games. Undaunted is the word I'm going with for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. They're not that much like the Pete Carroll teams. I guess in that regard, yes, Pete did a good job of going on the road and not letting that be a problem. But at this point, okay, that's not a defining characteristic of them, is it? That they go on the road and are undaunted on the road? Yeah, all right. It's a characteristic of them, but a defining one, describing them in one word? No, I don't know. Of the 3 of them, I'm going to give the credit to Kyle Brandt. I think shh was the closest because people are sleeping on them and have been since, the offseason. Yeah, they're undaunted. Yeah, they're dependable, but I don't think those are defining. What was your word, Maura? You did a good job with this.
Well, I guess to me, I don't know if it's one that defines the team, but I was just kind of trying to think of one for where they're at. And I keep thinking this team has so much potential and they grow into it a little more every week. So I put that they're flourishing. When I looked up the definition, it says to grow or develop. And I wanted the textbook definition, to grow or develop in a healthy or vigorous way. Well,
I think that works for sure. Yeah. Yes, they are in their development process. We don't know exactly in what stage it is. And they're doing very well. So the flourishing, even beyond the definition, the connotation of flourishing is also doing very well. And I would say they are doing very well. They're 5-2. They got a good chance to go to 6-2.
It just feels like there's more even.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great word to describe them both. Because it speaks to both parts of it. How well they're doing and the runway in front of them to continue to do well. Let's put you on Good Morning Football because I think I like your answer better than any of the other three. Where was Jamie? Jamie
We're a little closer to them. She was facilitating the talk. They moved to the Rams after, which I didn't watch that one.
Well, I bet Jamie would have come up with something. Jamie knows what she's doing. She would have come up with a better word. I'm sorry. I stink at this. I don't have a great word. The only word I've used a bunch for them, and it's such a lame word, is fun. But that stinks. Like, ugh, fun. Like, if my kids use that on an essay, I'd be like, come on. Go find a better word than that. Like,
Lyle,
fun,
word for the
good, like, those are terrible words to use.
Defensive?
Ugh, God, that's lame, too.
They are.
I know, but it's just lame. It's not enough. It doesn't describe their whole team. Does it? Their offense is defensive?
Well, no, but their defense is the identity of the team. So
That's
driving them.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I buy that as like their whole definition. I get what you're saying, and they are definitely defensive led. They're complementary. That's been another one, and Mike McDonald would probably like that. And, they're chasing edges and all the other things that Mike McDonald likes to say. I just think they're fun. They're frisky. They're maybe a little underrated. But Maura, I'm gonna just go with your word. I think you got the best word for it. I think you're absolutely right. I think the best word for the Seahawks is flourishing. I love that. That's a really good word. Hey, can I take a minute, Lyle? What? Can you help me, Lyle? I need your help. Are you willing to help me for a moment?
This should be good.
Well, I emailed this over. I don't know whether you read my email last night. I need some help.
Read it.
Did you like? I hate Dolph Kleinman so much. I hate it.
I've been on this forever.
I know you have. I'm not saying this is a new thing, but I continue to, and I don't even want to say him because I'm not even convinced it's a him anymore, right? It might just be a them, an it, an entity of some sort.
No, he sold his account a couple years ago. It's somebody just engagement farming.
God, I hate it. I hate it so much. I know there are worse things on Twitter. I know that, like, if I really went diving deep into 8chan or whatever, like, I'm sure I would find things that are actually truly, like, morally reprehensible. But he has to be, or it has to be one of my least favorite things I see on Twitter most days. Things I actually see. I follow the account because it has useful sound for the show. It has video that we sometimes use for the show, or charts, or news, or information. But I truly freaking hate every single thing about the way it's posted. I hate it. It makes me so mad, and then I get mad at myself for getting mad.
Information, and then they purposely put headlines that spin things. Yeah.
Not even the stealing of information, because that's awful. Believe me, I know. But other people do that. It's things like this one drove me nuts last night. The refs are awful this season. Something isn't adding up. What do you mean something isn't adding up? Like, that's the lamest conspiracy theory idea I've ever heard. And then you got ones, I just went through like one day of posts just to find 3 that annoyed me. Scary. Brown star rookie Shedeur Sanders says he's staying in Cleveland during the bye week. Quote, I got to get ready. Big ready. Sanders is one of the hardest workers in the league. The NFL is in trouble when he gets his shot. I don't know why that gets under my skin, but it really does. Like, it actually makes me like viscerally mad. And then I have to like remember that this is a complete joke. Here, how about this one? This is awesome. Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Brian Burns, and Malik Neighbors dancing together at Sierra's surprise birthday party. The Giants embody the work hard, play hard mentality. Shut up. Oh my God, the Giants are 2-5. Like, what? I don't know. I know that lots of people. I'm not new to the. I know this is not news. I know I'm not talking about something new, but for whatever reason, like the way those posts are written, I know they're there for engagement. I know they're designed to piss me off, and yet I let them piss me off every time. I hate it. I hate it a ton. We'll be right back. Brock's in. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710.
It's the Hawks Player Spotlight.
Tight end A.J. Barner is with us. How are you, man?
Doing well. It's good to be on here.
Brought to you by Three Tree Roofing.
The rookie on this O-line, Gray Zabel, is with us.
Sam is an elite quarterback.
Going deep with a different Hawks player every day at 3:30 with Wyman and Bob on Seattle Sports.
Every time he walks into the huddle, we know we got a chance for a big play.
Nick Eamon-Wari is with us.
I felt good physically going into the game.
Catch up on every Hawks Spotlight on Seattle Sports on YouTube and the Seattle Sports app.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done with precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil, a Wix filter, and a $15 gift card after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Bank of America, we asked our teammates, what makes this company a great place to work?
There's very little that you can't accomplish working for Bank of America.
If you prove yourself, you can try over in a totally new way.
You can learn so much here. You're the owner of your career.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
At Bank of America, we asked our people, how do you take ownership of your career?
I'm able to grow my way by putting the priorities that I have for my career first.
I thrive on being a leader who's behind the team, not in front of the team.
Every few years, I'm being re-energized because I get to do something different and learn something new.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire's Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
This hour of the Brock and Salk Show is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
Give me a freaking auto! From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Ewert is my hero.
Jay Buhner just punched me in the kidney.
Who's going to accuse you of murder?
Doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does, though.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Ewert and Mike Salk.
Hello! Oh, a couple people texting in wondering because they tuned in the middle. I'm sorry, what Twitter account I was ranting about. Dove Kleiman. Brock, it just makes me mad.
Why does that get to you?
I don't know. It just does.
Be better. So be better.
I know it shouldn't. I know that, Brock. You're not telling me anything I don't already know, but it just ticks me off.
Why?
Because that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to make outlandish statements that everyone knows they don't even think are true.
Right.
Like, the league is in trouble when Shador gets his shot. Like, I mean, maybe, but nobody actually thinks that other than Shador. Maybe Dion. Yes. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't want to give them any more publicity because it really is absurd. But, man, does that thing just tick me off. It is, like, designed to get under my skin.
I love that.
Yeah. How we doing today? Titus had a great game last night. Congrats. Friday, man.
Doing good. It's Halloween. It's kind of nice to play on these Thursdays, not going to lie. Kind of feel like, a little bit like you did with a 3-day weekend, getting a little break and get to watch everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And gonna road trip with the boys, the high school boys this weekend, which will be interesting.
I'm sure.
They get senior skip day, supposedly.
Oh.
So yeah, all good.
That's what they're doing with their senior skip day, going to Nebraska?
Well, no, these are the sophomores. These are the young
okay.
kids. Nah, just the seniors.
I remember my senior skip day. That was pretty fun.
What'd you do?
Well, my parents were in Atlanta, so we had about 120 people at my basement. It was awesome. A couple kegs, a couple other things. It was a really fun night. We got everybody to park at a elementary school down the street, so we stayed out of trouble. No cops. Yeah, no, it was stuff was taped off. It was a pretty well organized affair for senior skip day.
What do you mean stuff was taped off?
I blocked off parts of the house so that people wouldn't go in there, and
like a post-game clubhouse celebration.
You know how like that.
Up?
Yes, like you know how G likes to talk about how his grandparents had the couch with the plastic wrap all over it. Yeah, we made sure to wrap up some stuff nice, and it was to this day one of the more successful parties I've ever been to. All right, so Seahawks play Sunday night. Brock, what's at stake? Because this isn't a must-win game, obviously, and Washington right now is not a great team. But kind of looking through it, and there's a fair amount at stake, partly just because we haven't seen them in forever. I just want to be reminded of who they are. But you do only get so many chances to earn respect, and national games are generally at the top of that list, especially the Sunday night game. And this is your only Sunday night game of the year.
Mm-hmm. Right now.
Right now.
We know those things can be flexed and those things can change.
As of right now. And maybe they'll get one of those Rams games down the road or something. But as of right now, this is the only one they signed you up for. So this is a chance to kind of, earn a little respect maybe on a Sunday night.
Yeah, I would say the Thursday night game in Arizona probably didn't do that, even though you kind of handled them for the first 50 minutes and I think flexed a lot of the muscles that we've seen them over the course of the season do. I would say the Monday night game, according to Colin Cowherd, they're just a mistake-prone team with those 4 turnovers and giveaways. I don't think that was, for 60 minutes, their best showing. So I think that's probably, to me, what I'm looking for, because you're going to get the very best effort.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get Washington's got to empty the tank. You're going to get them in a situation where, other than Terry McLaurin, the other guys that are beat up, no, I got to play. The QB's got to play. You're 3-5.
Yeah, it's
go time. There still is enough season, and there still is enough time to get to the playoffs, but you can't keep losing in the division. So I think what's at stake is, can you, in front of the national audience, play a 60-minute game? And if you do, Salk, your little power rankings that you look at and you love every single Tuesday or Wednesday, or hate like of climbing, you're going to see those Seahawks climb up in those power rankings.
Yeah, so that's part of it. Last game before the trade deadline, obviously, so kind of your last chance to show the management, ownership, whoever, that you should go invest a little bit more and where that should be. 2 games before they play the Rams. Right. And as you just look at the division, obviously it's shaping up right now, and there's still a long way to go. Seahawks and Rams at the top of the division, but 2 pretty winnable games before you face the Rams for the first time. It's Washington and then Arizona. And I would say you have to at least win one of those 2 to make sure you come out of that Rams game with a chance to be in first place.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So, that's another just sort of, and then, that got me walking down the road, Brock, and I don't like doing this. I don't like doing this. This is not me. This is not a me thing.
Salk, you don't do this well.
I don't?
No.
Why?
Your email last night, I was like, oh, this is not not who you are. This is John Clayton's territory.
I know.
Okay, these were the trails that he blazed.
I know.
This is what he loved.
I know.
And it's when you turn to me every time that we'd have John on, and you would just get so frustrated each time.
That's because John would base it on last year. That's the thing that would drive me crazy. John would look at a team's schedule, base it on how the other team was last year, and then have a prediction. It was like, well, but what if they're different? They have a new quarterback. They're a totally different, new coach, new team. And John would be like, I look at the schedule, and that's kind of what the schedule says. And you're like, John. Anyway, I did do this. It's my least favorite game, but I did it anyway last night for you and in honor of our great friend, the professor, Mr. Clayton.
Yep.
If you win this game, you should go no worse than 12-5. And honestly, you could do better than that. I think 13-4. How's that? That's what's at stake. Win this game, and you should go no worse than 12-5.
Wow.
Maybe even 13-4. So here's the reasoning behind it. You win this game, you get to 6 wins, okay? I'm going to give you a split with the Rams. You got to split with the Rams. You don't have to beat them both times, but you got to split with the Rams. If you're a good team, if you're a potential 12-13 win team, you got to split with the Rams. That gets you to 7. That was 6 and 7, right? 6-7.
6-7.
It was a little 6-7 for the kids out there here on Halloween. Then you got the Titans, Cardinals, Vikings, Panthers, Falcons, and Niners. That is 6 very winnable games, right? That is 6 very winnable games. I've given you 1 loss to L.A., right? I'm going to give you a loss to Indy. It doesn't mean you're going to lose those 2 games, but I'm saying just for, sort of odds, going to give you those 2 losses. And then kind of remember, you probably win 1 more that you should lose. You probably lose 1 more you should win. If that's what happens, you're 12-5 or 13-4.
Yep.
Maybe you beat the Falcons, but you lose to maybe you beat the Colts, but you lose to the Falcons. Maybe you beat the Rams twice, but you lose to the Vikings. But Brock, Titans, Cardinals, Vikings, Panthers, Falcons, Niners?
Sure.
Those should all be winnable games on your schedule. The only 2 games that look daunting would be LA and Indy, and my guess is you got opportunities to win those as well. Yep. So, is 12 win? I feel like 12 wins should now be kind of the floor, and 13 is an absolute possibility. Now, injuries and who knows what else is going to happen over the course of a year, but just kind of looking at it today, that doesn't feel out of bounds, does it?
No. I think you've kind of put yourself in a spot where, you've seen JSN be Offensive Player of the Month. You see a quarterback that's done this for 7 weeks on the heels of doing it really for 15 of 17 weeks a year ago. You see a defense that's led by a guy that's one of the more esteemed in the league, and a front that's dominant, and a front that gets after quarterbacks. And yeah, man, this is pretty fun territory. Yeah, I'm not, I don't love to do that either, because every week, as we know, is its own
such
little story.
It's really a stupid idea that I just did. I know that. I mean, I'm putting what's bigger than a caveat? Whatever it is, I'm throwing it up. Whatever is worse than a caveat. I know that this is a stupid way to look at it.
But this road trip on Sunday night, and for the guys that are going to make it and the guys that are going to play, there's going to be a little extra something. They know that. All eyes are on you on Sunday night. They are on Monday as well, but Sunday, to your point, is kind of special and gets, premium pico, from the league and from the television networks. And as Bram Weinstein was saying, there's a reason Washington was picked for 5 primetime night games. The league thought Jaden was going to take that next step. That's going to be a Super Bowl contending team, and you get a chance to go back there and stomp on them. And then you set the table for what's to come.
I'm sorry. I just want to apologize for doing this. I know that's not me, Brock. I got over my skis a little.
Is it because you were watching the Dove
Kleiman? God, that guy ticks me off. Like, really gets under my skin. No, I was up at the Kraken Ice Complex last night, Brock, and I will say I was laughing out loud. They did a full scrimmage with coaches and kids all wearing Halloween costumes on the ice.
Oh, that's good.
Legitimately hilarious. Like,
That's
one girl, shout out to Rose, wearing her full shark costume with like a whole hood on top, skating around, scoring a goal with the shark hood on top of her helmet. Shout out to Jeremy wearing a full chicken costume. Yeah, shout out to the guy who went Cecily was an inflatable avocado with a removable pit, so she couldn't bring that one out onto the ice. So she just had a tutu when she got out onto the ice, but she still did a little damage. Nice goal for Cecily last night. We'll come right back. We'll give you guys everything you need to know next on Brock and Salk.
For Down Territory, Michael Bumpus answers the top 4 football questions of the day.
What do the Hawks have to continue to do?
Every day at 11:15 and 1:15.
Be good when it comes to corralling quarterbacks in the run game. This is the most mobile quarterback they're going to play this week in Jaden Daniels. The Hawks are only averaging 17.8 yards per game rushing from the QB spot. This ain't the week to slip up when it comes to corralling a quarterback.
Catch every 4 Down Territory on the Seattle Sports app.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
The following is a paid advertisement for the Wellness Company.
Hey there, it's Michelle Smallman from Unsportsmanlike. I'm thrilled to be joined by Dr. Drew from the Wellness Company. And Dr. Drew, you have something very exciting to talk about today, the medical emergency kit. Tell us a little bit about this.
It is exciting. Look, I have been fighting to try to protect the patient-physician relationship my entire career, and we have lost. I finally decided I need to be involved with people that put the power back in the patient directly. These emergency kits give you everything you need so you don't have to spend $1,200 going to the emergency room. And we have a significant medical team, the medical board at TWC, and we just sat down and put together what we would want for our family, for our patients.
Oh my gosh, so anything that anyone could need is in this
and there's a guidebook here to tell you exactly how to use it, and again, telehealth backup.
It's remarkable. It's innovative. Everyone needs to get one. UrgentCareKit.com/sports, promo code sports to get $50 off your kit. That's UrgentCareKit.com/sports, promo code sports.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
When I was in Iraq, our convoy was hit. It was bad. After I came home, I could still hear booms and see tracer fire. Makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
With help from DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Today, I'm part of DAV. We're veterans helping veterans to get the benefits they've earned. And I give my veterans my all.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Naomi Mathis, thank you for your service. May your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Headed outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on SeattleSports.com.
Your time is money. So why are you wasting it stuck in I-5 gridlock, TSA slowdowns, and SeaTac crowds? Isn't it time to travel smarter? Seaport Airlines offers high-frequency commuter shuttle service from Seattle's Boeing Field to Portland. Park for free next to our terminals. Check in 20 minutes before your departure. Get there faster without the hassles. Seaport Airlines. It's about time. Book today at flyseaportair.com.
It's game time, and Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota Renton are lining up with a roster that's built to dominate the field. The gas-powered RAV4, built to power through every drive, rain or shine. Or switch up the play with the hybrid RAV4, versatile, efficient, and always moving the chains. The Tacoma, tough, dependable, and clutch when it counts. And now, taking the field, the all-new 2026 Toyota Tundra, redesigned, powerful, and built for the big moments. Whether you're in the north or the south, Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton have your winning ride. Visit toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now the company's changed, or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Hey, do you remember the Seahawks, Brock? They played like a few years ago, and I think they're going to actually play again on Sunday night. Finally, just feels like it's been forever. Primetime game, too. 3rd of 4 scheduled for this year. They're only one right now scheduled for Sunday night with Tirico and Collinsworth, so I always look forward to that. Not a must-win, obviously, but opportunities to beat up on teams that are going in the wrong direction, build some of those wins, right, that separate your record from, really get you above 500. And then also the last game before the trade deadline, opportunity to push your organization and kind of help make the team better. You think something happens?
Yeah, I do. I was listening to Schefter yesterday on kind of a national show, and he's right, and we talked about this yesterday, and that is just the magnitude and the meaning of this is the finale. Like the difference between being 6-2, whether you want to play the rest of the schedule out or not, and the difference of 5-3 and just kind of middle of the pack and what your team can show you. And I'll say that as well, Salk. You kind of started the show with what can we learn, or what do we take away, or what's the significance of this one. It's kind of getting to the point with this team, I'm actually like anxiously looking forward to watching them perform, because you've got like difference-making dudes, and we can't and haven't always been able to say that over a number of years. Like, hey man, if we play our game, if we play to our ceiling, and I know this is a little bit of coach speak, but if you do, if Sam and JSN and Ken and Charles and the whole defense, like if you play your game, you can play with anybody in this league.
Yep.
And really, you can beat anybody in this league, and you'll get a chance to stamp that, as you said, to a national audience Sunday night.
All right, so injury report, nothing really positive there. A couple names showed up there. Jake Bobo, partial participant with an Achilles. Now, when I hear that, like, Achilles, I always thought was sort of either, like, fine or torn. Like, I didn't know there was an in-between with an Achilles. Is there?
Kind of tied to the calf.
All right. Well, anyway, Cooper Kupp, hamstring. That made him a partial participant. And I sure didn't love seeing Sam Darnold on there with a chest injury. He was asked about it.
We saw you end up on the injury report yesterday. Is that anything serious at all for you?
No, I'll be good.
Is that from Al Sayre on the sideline?
I don't know what it's from. Just woke up a little sore the next day.
He sounds like he's lying. I think he does know where it's from. I'm just saying, like, I think he does know where it's from, but regardless,
it is a little odd, right?
Serious.
It is a little odd coming off of a bye week, and this is kind of the fear of a little bit. You love the bye week, you love rest, and And then you crank it back up, and now I got
no,
this.
it hurts.
I got a hammy, I got a pec, I
Yep.
got a Achilles.
Congrats to Jackson Smith-Njigba, though. He was named NFC Offensive Player of the Month. Probably not a huge surprise. I like this from his press conference yesterday, Brock, talking about what he does as a receiver to make his routes work.
Yeah, I mean, as a receiver, I feel like you have to be a salesman. You have to sell something, to get something, to get what you want, So me being able to marry up a lot of things and running sideline to sideline, vertical, is just open up, a palette for me to, sell something. And right now you have to respect it. And that's where you see a lot of shifts and movement in that.
It's really good. And the first thing and the most obvious thing that you always have to sell, and the number one guys do, is that I'm running by you. And everything is built and predicated off of that. And with all the tape that he's shown, Salk, and leading this league in receiving yards, he has shown that, hey, man, you better not sit on me. You better not sleep on me, and you better not doubt me, because I'll run right by you. And then once you do that, you open up the whole rest of the show.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Well, Game 6 of the World Series is tonight. A lot of history with Game 6s of the World Series. Obviously, some of the most famous, entertaining games of all time. 1975, 1986, 2011. Those are three that I think will be remembered forever. And 1993 should. A lot of those others were famous because they led to a Game 7. 1993 was a clincher, but it sure ended in spectacular fashion in Toronto.
So the tying run is at second. The run that would win the World Series is at first, and Joe Carter is the batter.
Here's the pitch on the way. A swing and a belt. Left field. Way back. Blue Jays win it. The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
It's a great call and a great moment, and they get a chance to relive it tonight. Kevin Gossman on the hill. Got to try to outduel Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who has been unbelievable. 2.5 ERA this season, and that's been about a run less in the postseason. Yep. It's been unbelievable.
Back-to-back complete games.
Yeah. That was crazy. And was warming up during the 18-inning game late to maybe come in. Bryce Miller apparently going to avoid elbow surgery this offseason. He told Adam Jude the bone spurs seem to be reacting well to gel cortisone injections, and they hope to continue down that path, so hopefully good news there.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
I don't even want to talk about this. I'm sad for Mike McDaniels. Sad. It's sad watching that team. He seems like a really good dude. He seems like a fun, quirky guy. It's sad watching.
He seems like a great offensive coordinator.
Yes. Well, so I don't know. It feels like he needs to be put out of his misery. It just feels sad watching it. Lamar was good last night. Didn't need to run. 18 of 23 for 204 and 4 touchdowns. That's a pretty good return. And Kraken going to host the Rangers tomorrow night. New York did beat Edmonton last night. And that is everything you need to know here on the Brock and Salk Show. So I'm looking, Brock, at your candy list that you put together here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
This is all up on the Seattle Sports 710 Instagram page.
Yep.
And I'm unsurprisingly getting some grief for it, and I don't appreciate it.
What was yours? What were your top three? Reese's.
Number one, you and I actually had very similar lists. You went Reese's, Snickers, Reese's Pieces. And I love Reese's Pieces. I just feel like you don't. Come in your mouth and Reese's Pieces. No, I feel like Reese's Pieces are great, but they're just, you don't see them enough at Halloween to make it count.
Okay.
But I had Reese's Peanut Butter Cup 2, Snickers 3. Number one for me was the 100-gram bar, which I just love, and I was getting killed for it.
Yeah.
I think that's terrible. Yeah. Wyman had his third candy, I think, is from the 1930s. The 7-Up bar. I don't think I've ever seen that. When's the last time you saw a 7-Up bar? That's older than a Sky bar. I've never even heard of it.
A what?
A 7-Up bar. It's got 7 different sections. Honestly, if you look at it, Brock, it looks like, even the picture of it, I think it's like from a discontinued company. It's unbelievable. Anyway, and of course, Bob had to have a tie. Kit Kat and Twix at number 3. I can't choose. I got to have a tie.
When you look at this list, what you really come away with is that Reese's dominates.
Yeah, they are they've sort of become the king of Halloween. Yeah. Brock and I both went candy corn as the worst. Yeah. We both had Almond Joy on our worst list. I went Starburst. You went Milky Way. You don't like caramel or something?
Nah, I don't know. It's just blah.
You guys are crazy. Almond Joys are delicious.
No, keep almonds away from dessert. And then I will say, I messed up though, Brock. I even texted Justin later to tell him because I felt bad. The worst candy is Tootsie Pop, Tootsie Rolls. They're disgusting.
They are pretty.
They're absolutely. I don't know what that is. It's not chocolate. It's just like, it's not even sweet. It's just gross, and the texture is gross. That might be as bad, if not worse, than candy corns, and I feel bad that I left it out.
It looks like a turd.
It does. Everything about it. They're just and then you get the big ones. The big ones are disgusting. Oh my God, so nasty. All right. Speaking of nasty, I don't think you're gonna like the sound. I got sound for you, Brock. I don't think you're gonna like it.
Really?
Yeah. I got like what? What do I have? 4. I got 5 cuts here. I think you're gonna hate it. But it's next on Brock and Salk.
The one and only Mark Schlereth. Every Monday at 4 during the NFL season with Wyman and Bob.
Sam Darnold, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,700 yards, 68% completion percentage. Great stats. He's only been sacked 9 times.
I think he's been playing great. You know, I'm a big fan. I'm a big Sam Darnold fan. What he's gone through, to get to where he is right now, I think it's a really cool story.
On Seattle Sports, on YouTube, and the Seattle Sports app.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
The birth of the American supercar is roaring into LeMay, America's Car Museum, October 25th. Curated by racing legend Steve Saleen, this high-octane exhibition features icons like Hennessy, Shelby, Zinger, and more. Don't miss it. Visit americascarmuseum.org.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Dave Wyman here, and we've been fortunate to hear from 2 Swedish CyberKnife patients this year, Andy Ryder and Tim Hunter. Both heard about CyberKnife from our radio ads and completed successful treatment, raving about their experiences. Tim was impressed that treatment only took 5 days. Andy hosted a large international delegation the week after his treatment. If you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish CyberKnife here in Seattle. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate.
Lake Washington Windows was voted best in the Northwest. Celebrate by saving 25% off new Leak Armor installed windows through October. Plus enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, 0 interest until 2026. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com, a name you can trust.
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contests are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on seattlesports.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Touchdown! Seahawks! Ken Walker III!
Get everything Seahawks at seattlesports.com.
This sandwich, it's a complete game changer. Hello, this is Mike, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is that juicy chicken with that toasty pretzel bun. That bun, it's crispy, cozy, just amazing. With the pretzel bun, the Dijon mustard, and the chicken, it makes that sweet, savory kind of combination. It's everything that you love about food rolled into one. It looks phenomenal. It tastes great. It's delicious.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Began to rise. There it is, Brock.
Suddenly, to my surprise,
They did the mash. They did the monster mash. All right, I ask you every year.
You guys are making fun of Wyman for liking an old candy bar, but you're obsessed with the Monster Mash.
Bobby Boris Pickett? You kidding me? I went down kind of a deep Bobby Boris Pickett wormhole this morning, a rabbit hole this morning, and was looking at some of his other songs, Brock, like the Werewolf Watusi. He really hit it big with the Monster Mash and decided to keep going back to the well over and over again. So.
See, Maura, unlike the 7-Up bar that ended its production in 1979. The Monster Mash has continued. You can play it today, and you know it still works.
And nine people out of 10 know it. It's just Lyle is the outlier on that one. Some texts about the candy stuff coming in. Who's Good and Plenty? Matt in Oregon says Good and Plenty are the worst. Absolutely right. The licorice Good and Plenty, purple, disgusting. But you don't really see it anymore. I feel like that's been kind of banned. So, yeah, you're right. That's really nasty. People are split on Tootsie Rolls. They're chocolate-flavored taffy, or the flavor is chocolate and orange. I don't know what it is, but they're gross. Yeah. They're so gross. Yeah. So gross. All right.
You think they're good for you?
I think it's natural, all natural ingredients that you find in a Tootsie Roll. All right. So I told you, Brock, that I have sound I don't think you're going to like.
Okay.
Yesterday, we kind of went through Shannon sound on Josh Naylor, and I didn't love that, right? Because it was kind of like, hey, this guy's going to...
He's got a family. He
and
wants a big city. And he's an East Coast guy.
I don't like it. It just sort of changed the whole vibe of the conversation around Josh Naylor. And then Morosi comes on yesterday with Wyman and Bob. And now this is not specifically about Naylor, but just listen to, I don't know, I got like 4 or 5 cuts here from Morosi. And they just paint kind of, I think, a difficult picture about this offseason.
The part that the Mariners are going to need to confront, I believe, is you have a lot of work to do to just get back to being as good of a team as you were this year, which by definition did not end up being good enough. And by that I mean Naylor's a free agent, Suarez is a free agent. So you're basically two of your big guys in the middle of the lineup right now are not on your roster.
And I got to add to that, Polanco's a free agent as well. I mean, you had sort of a 6-man lineup, right? That was really the thread of your lineup, was your top 6. And 3 of those 6 are now free agents and are currently not on your team.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's not wrong, but
No.
I didn't like hearing it that way.
No, the Suarez one I take with a little grain of salt.
I know.
Because he just didn't really produce much for 50
But he was still a threat in the lineup. I know he didn't produce the way you wanted, but the threatening element of having him there and the home run power, I mean, he was at least a legitimate name that you knew what you were getting there. I know, you're right. It was not incredible. But still, 3 of the 6, that's half.
Yep.
And that does kind of, concern me a little bit as you start to look at this offseason.
You cannot pretend like this is just any generic offseason in which you finished third in the AL West and there wasn't anything significant that happened. You got to Game 7. You had a lead late in a potential clinching game. And I remember well what it was like in Boston in the winter of 03-04 after Aaron Boone walked them off in Game 7. I was in college. I was living there, so I lived it every day. I read the paper every day. It was constant for 4 months, and they almost traded for A-Rod. That was that insane winter, and I remembered what that felt like in that city, and that's honestly, if Seattle fans should, and I'm sure do feel that way. It was that close, and you can't. And the Red Sox at that time did not treat it like any other offseason. They went out there, they traded for Schilling, they signed Keith Polk, they made a lot of different moves. The Mariners should do a similar thing.
So he's right about all of that. And I can tell you, if Twitter had been around in the offseason of 2003 into 2004, it would have been like, I can't even imagine.
It would have exploded.
It would have exploded Twitter. I remember sitting there just clicking refresh on like the early message posting boards, just Sons of Sam Horn, I want to say, and one other, just desperately looking for any new information on what was going to happen. First with the A-Rod trade idea, and then Manny was going to get traded, and then ultimately Kurt Schilling. Like it was insanity. And then in the middle of it, you fire Grady Little, you hire Terry Francona. He's right. Keith Polk ended up being a huge part of what helped the Red Sox win later that year. So it was insanity. It was not, let's stand the course and just sort of see if it's going to be good enough next year. It was a recognition that you needed to go even bigger and do even more and just build it similarly, but just a little bit different to try to get over the top.
Don't you think, like, just from an evidence standpoint and what we have since the season ended, don't you kind of get the sense, if you just compare and contrast the playoff run of a couple years ago in that end of season presser and maybe the end of season presser the following year compared to what Justin and Jerry and those guys did just a week ago? Like the way they they still welled up, right? I mean, they just emoted totally differently, presented totally different. Like, and Shannon, I thought, characterized it beautifully too. And she's like, I think your question was, what was the playoff run? Just sum up the season. She's like, it was hard. I mean, it was arduous. It was intense. It was days later, your president and your GM are, still welling up in tears from the emotion of it and knowing how close you are and how, I don't know, Salk, just the magnitude and the meaning of going further than you've ever gone in 50 years.
Yep.
And I don't expect them to just treat this as some ordinary offseason. I don't. I think there will be more commitment. I think there will be hey, man, we walked through all of that together. We got to base camp. We were almost to the top of Everest. And we're not going to, go back down now. We're going to find another Sherpa to take us. We're going to find some more resources and more. I would sure hope so.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe people hear that and like, oh, you're so naive, bro. Come on. You're so silly. This is the Mariners. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, these are the Mariners. And this is a group that I think felt and tasted something that they've never gotten before. And I and reaped a lot of benefit from it, a lot of exposure from it, a lot of resources from it, a lot of gain from it, a lot more fans from it. And I don't know, man. I don't see it going the other way.
Well,
I don't see him settling.
But what does that mean? I mean, like, okay.
What does it mean? Settling would mean, like we're going to Rowdy Tellez it, and, we're going to move Polanco to first, and we're going to just believe in our people, and, we're not going to get a bigger budget. We're just going to settling would be some of that.
There is such a fine line. It is such. I love this offseason conversation. I am so here for it, man, because I think there are like 3 simultaneous points on a triangle that are all being pulled in different directions at the same time. You have, it's almost hard for me to define it, but you've got the idea of your young players and guys that you really do believe in, that you want to give some opportunities to. You have the success of last year and wanting to, keep a lot of that closeness and not go too far in rebuilding or changing or altering a lot of the success that you had last year. And then at the same time, you have this desire to do more, to do new, and try to figure out, maybe where you had some holes. Like, the perfect example for me of all 3 of those things coming together into one position or one person is shortstop. What are you going to do at shortstop next year? Because it looks at all 3 of those ends of the triangle and pulls on all 3 at once. J.P. Crawford's one of your leaders. He, played almost every single game for you last year. He had some big moments. Like, there is a very strong argument for running it back another year with J.P. Crawford. He signed up for 1 more year. You also have the best prospect in your organization who plays shortstop. You also have, this idea of, okay, do you want to get better? Maybe you need to go out and find a better shortstop, as JP's numbers have sagged and he hasn't been as good defensively in the last couple of years. So, like, all 3 of those ideas are almost just summed up at the shortstop position. And I could make you a compelling argument to go with JP. I could make you a compelling argument to really give Colt Emerson a shot there. And I could give you a compelling argument to try to, do something totally new. So, like, that I think is where they're at as an organization. What do you want to do in left field? Randy's been interesting. He, by every single metric, was the most successful left fielder, maybe in team history, certainly in the last decade plus. He had put up some monster numbers. He was horrendous in the postseason. He, does not have much of a defensive bone in his body. Like, do you want to run it back for another year with Randy, who's going to get another raise as part of arbitration? There's another one where it's like, okay, but they don't really have another guy that you want to put in there. So what does that look like? Do you try to just run it back knowing you had a lot of success? I think that probably makes the most sense. But if you said, hey, I'm going to trade Randy, open up payroll, and try to do X, Y, and Z, like, I couldn't argue with you. So all of these positions, second base is another, DH is another, right field is another, third base, like all of these positions. I think shortstop sums it up best. But there are a lot of real interesting push and pull from the different ends of that triangle.
You know what I just did? I just made a little triangle here for you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
On my little show
Thank
notes,
you.
Right? And 1 point of it is draft, and 1 point of it's develop, and 1 point of it's trade.
Okay.
Because they are a DDT. That is what they are. Those are like the anchor points of this triangle. But to your point, each of those things that comes into this offseason, like a full picture. The draft side of it is all of your prime in the pump, all your youth, all these guys that are just pushing, right? From Harry Ford and Cole Young and Ben Williamson that all got a little taste, to the Colt Emersons, to, the rest of the guys that are like, hey, man, I'm
bring
here.
Up all of them at once.
No, you can't. No, you can't. And then your develop is what you have developed. And what you've developed is an amazing chemistry of these guys and in that clubhouse that really do care about each other. That was pretty darn unique. In every national folk, from Joe Davis to John Smoltz to everybody that came in, Verducci, all of them felt it like, man, this is a pretty cool group here because they have cultivated that. And then the last part, that trade, is what you're talking about. How much you want to innovate. Like, how innovative can you and do you want to be this offseason?
And then at the heart of it, of course, is the Josh Naylor thing where, if you don't sign him, then you do probably need to, go trade for somebody at that position. So, yeah, it is, Morosi kind of starts bringing up some of these conversations. And then he even went with the whole hitting philosophy thing. Do you need to make changes there?
But do we need to pivot a little bit and get a little bit of a different type of a hitter in here? And I'm not sure exactly what kind of hitter that is when you really look at it. But the type of hitters that can perhaps string together the kind of the rallies that we're seeing from the Blue Jays.
This goes on, and
yep.
That worries me. Like, I get worried about making a decision based on a small sample size, but I get it that is something that is very, very intriguing to a lot of people, probably yourself included.
Yeah, and I think the teams that didn't make the playoffs, and I've mentioned the Tigers after playing the Mariners, that was their whole message. That was their GM. That was their skipper. That was like, we need contact. We can't be as boom or bust. We need to be able to just put the ball in play. And, and they did a better job of it this year. The contact and the strikeouts were down this year, and certainly when Ben Williamson and some of those guys were up, it was, even better than a Eugenio and some of that. But yeah, it really is remarkable. So,
do you think you'd be saying that if right now, like, if Mookie Betts was hitting, would you be sitting here being like, wow, you got to just do exactly what the Dodgers or what the Blue Jays have been doing. Look what it's like.
Right.
If Mookie Betts was just being Mookie Betts, the Dodgers probably have a 3-2 lead and maybe even have won this. Like, I don't know. If you don't make a mistake in the seventh inning in the way you manage the game, are you talking about changing your philosophy? It feels hard for me to imagine you're going to change your hitting philosophy based on like a managerial decision that lost you the biggest game of the year.
I love that.
It's just really hard for me to imagine doing that.
You really do lean into that. That's kind of the end note for you. Like, the managerial decision in the seventh lost you the whole. Like, that will be the tombstone of 2025 for you. Even amongst all the other plays, all the other moments, all the other opportunities. I know you've been steadfast on that. You've not changed that.
I don't even feel like I don't feel like that's a hot take.
All right,
Lyle, do you agree with that?
Were there other things that went into that game? Sure, but that one was monumental.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't really see it as much of a conversation.
Also, if we're talking about contact, I'll just get out in front of this. If people are thinking about Luis Ariz, I will start throwing things off a balcony. No part of him.
Oh, you don't want him at first? You don't want him as your first baseman?
Not only that, he was a below-average hitter. That's why you can't look at batting average.
Yeah, I'm with Lyle on this. I'm sorry. Like, again, Brock, whether you agree or not that the seventh inning decision was the reason they're not there, you have to at least say it was a major
it was
factor.
It was a major thing.
But once it becomes that big
obviously,
a factor, are you going to change philosophies because of it? I'm not saying you don't make changes because of it, but like, hey, you know what? We got to change who we are. This isn't working. We got to go to do a whole new thing. Like, really?
No.
You're a decision and a pitch away from potentially being in the World Series yourself. I don't know if I want to start making mass changes to my philosophy because I don't know that the philosophy failed so much as you made a mistake.
You would say, though, they made a change in some of that philosophy from 2025 to 2024. Well, they say they did,
but the numbers didn't really bear it out that much. They still won when they hit home runs. They still had the highest percentage of runs scored via the home run of anybody. They're still that team, and it was really, really successful for them this year.
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88, powered by Xfinity.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready?
Brock Heward tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
You know what a dope I am? I wanted Lyle to go to Blue 88 there, and I needed him to press the button, but he wasn't looking. And we're in 2 different rooms. I'm in a soundproof room here, thank God.
Snapped your fingers.
Yeah, I snapped my fingers at him.
Yeah,
that was going to help. Like I do with my dog. Hey, snap.
All I was picturing was Lyle or Juliet on a balcony throwing things. I'd really like to see Lyle throw things from the balcony.
On a Juliet balcony, no less.
Yes.
All right, Brock, 3 good football questions. We call it Blue 88. Let's start here. Maura asked us to describe the Seahawks in one word. It turned out to be harder than I thought. This was based off something they did on Good Morning Football. Do you have one word to describe the Seahawks?
I'd say sturdy. I think when you're built at the line of scrimmage defensively the way they are, that would probably honestly be the thing. Just they're a sturdy group. Man, they look good off the bus. They're going to get off that bus in D.C. and walk into that stadium. And, man, you have Leonard and D-Law and Charles Cross and Abe Lucas. Like, yeah, man, I want to go to battle with that team. I kind of like the look of that group. I do kind of also like Kyle Brandt's answer to that, cut number 15, just talking about still doing it rather in anonymity.
My word for the Seattle Seahawks in 2025 is shh. And I looked this up. This actually is considered a word in the dictionary. You can even use this word in Scrabble. So it is a word. And last week I was screaming about the Seahawks, about no one talks about them this, and no one talks about them that, and ESPN doesn't cover them this. And the number one response from Seahawks fans was, shut up, dummy, we like it that way. Stop talking about us. There's no gratitude, there's no excitement. It's let's keep it that way as JSN dunks over the crossbar and gets a penalty for it. This team does pretty much everything well, including win games that matter against opponents that matter. You see a lot of fat records out there, and you look who they beat, and you're like, Mike talked about this. They beat Jacksonville when they really mattered. They just beat Houston when they were warming up. They beat Pittsburgh earlier in the season. Quality wins across the board. And just watch to the factor of this. When and if they beat the Commanders this next weekend, and Jaden Daniels happens to play, doesn't, it'll be more about what's wrong with the Commanders.
Yep, and I think that is the way a lot of folks like it. I think Sam's pretty sturdy. I think JSN as a receiver is super sturdy. I think your tight end group is super sturdy. I think Ernest is, that's kind of the word that I would say. Sustainable and sturdy, and I like my football teams built that way.
All right, question number 2. Quarterback play, Brock, it is vital to the success of any football team. As you go through your own coaching world, what are you learning about quarterback play?
Quite a bit. Good. I would say it's been fun. I mean, it is. We had a bunch of friends at the game last night, and yeah, kind of all eyes are on that position, and you know that, Salk, but you just kind of learn, and I talked about this with Sam yesterday with some of his fundamentals. You just kind of, want to be so repeatable. I think that's probably the biggest thing is, can you repeat your fundamentals? Can you repeat your delivery? Can you just be, machine-like in that way? And honestly, when I just do and watch Sam and watch, it's going to all change Sunday, and they're going to get after him, and he's going to fumble the ball. But he's just been such a repeatable, steady fundamental. Those fundamentals still matter. They matter at the high school level. They matter at the collegiate level. They certainly matter when you get to the pro level. Sam talked about that a ton yesterday. Mm-hmm. Hey, Sam, what did you go back and look at? What do you self-scout? What do you go back to? My fundamentals, man. My fundamentals. I've talked to these guys over the years. What do they go back to? Their fundamentals. Steph Curry, what does he do in pregame still before every game? The fundamentals of ball handling. Does Steph Curry need to do that? He's done these drills 6 gazillion times. Do you really need to do that? Yeah, I really do, because it just gets my fundamentals going, and it's been one of the treats this year with Sam. He is just a technician with that. He's a fundamental machine, and I loved hearing him talk about that over the self scout over the bye week. That I go back to the very basics of it, because I know that sets me up for success.
All right, question number 3. We've heard from Dan Orlovsky that the Commanders like to go up tempo, no huddle. That is one of the challenges for the Seahawks defense. Yep. What's the answer?
Yeah, they do it more than anybody in the league, right? Cliff Kingsbury and Jaden Daniels, it is just in their DNA to do. And when they're going fast and playing fast. And I like this from Leonard. Leonard was asked about it pretty specifically. So, Leonard Williams, Big Cat, what do you do defensively against all that tempo?
I mean, it's definitely something we've been talking about this week. We know that they're, one of the top offenses in no huddle. We know that we have a lot of pre-snap communication reads and things like that on defense. So it's something that, we're going to have to dial in throughout practice, getting the calls out early, getting the checks as early as possible. And just, something we elaborated on is just getting our cleats set and going in the end of the day.
Yeah, watch that. Watch that Sunday night.
Okay.
Because this is what I've heard from coaches through the years. Cleats and face masks. If cleats are in the ground and face masks are at your target, you've got a chance. If you're communicating, Salk, and you're looking at somebody and you're not getting the signal and the face masks are all looking at each other defensively instead of the Commanders, we got a problem. Now, I will say this. It is a little easier on the road, actually, I think, to do that. Why? Because you can hear yourself. You do that at Lumen Field, and the 12s are roaring, and they're trying to help and trying to, slow down that offense. It actually can complicate matters. So the fact you can actually hear one another and communicate defensively, but you better do it in a hurry, you better do it quickly, and you better have your cleats in the ground and your face mask forward.
All right, there you go. That is today's Blue 88. We do that every morning at 7:45. A chance for Brock to talk a little football with everybody, and he does a great job with it. I should also, so tonight, Halloween, right? So you've said before it can be
It's been a
overwhelming.
disaster the last couple of years.
Yeah, where are you at this year? Because usually you don't plan well. For the
Molly
right
tried
amount.
to go, well, let's do the whole hostess thing. I said, never again, over my dead body.
Hostess?
Never. Yeah, the hostess cakes. 2 years ago, she thought it'd be a great idea to get ding-dongs and cupcakes and zingers and all this stuff. And it was like, oh, that was a great idea. And we have this enormous bowl. I'm not even going to take a picture of the bowl because you will like just make fun of me the rest of my life. I mean, the bowl is as big as, it's probably
like
as
a
big
bathtub.
as the kitchen that I grew up in our little Rambler down on 9th Street.
Yeah.
All right? Just gigantic.
You're hilarious.
So she filled this thing. She's like, isn't this amazing? Look at the Twinkies and all of it. And it did. It looked like it was overflowing. But then you realize like, oh, geez, this
Too
goes
big.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had to make one run to the store, get more Hostess cakes, and then those ran out. And then I had to go get other and then we turned the lights off. She's in the fetal position. It was a disaster.
Right. So what are we doing this year?
I went to Costco this year.
Okay, smart.
Yeah, I just said the heck with this.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
Yeah, you took over.
I'm in charge.
Yeah. Well, that usually ends well for you. I'm sure that's going to have a happy ending when the night is all said and done.
So how many bags of candy are we talking?
Full size? You go full size candy bars again?
Well, Macy made fun of me. She's like, look at you. You're so cute. Because I got 3 big bags from Costco with all the little one. And I'm like, well, we'll just do 1 bag of the full size.
Which you're going to keep for yourself?
No, I put it on top.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, that's pretty silly. Like, you're kind of being a poser.
Well, you're also kind of like rewarding the very little kids who come first.
That's right. That's right.
Who really don't need the large candy bars.
No,
so
they
I think
don't.
you got to think about maybe putting those on the
I
bottom.
don't know. It's just it's a stress case
It
disaster.
is.
It's
All right, it's Halloween. Moore's going to take us around the NFL. We actually had a bunch of stories I wanted to get to yesterday, and we just never had time. So we'll do that next, and then I assume G. Scott's coming in. I don't see him yet, but I'm told he'll be here. So we have that to look forward to. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports here on 710.
It's the Hawks Player Spotlight.
Tight end A.J. Barner is with us. How are you, man?
Doing well. It's good to be on here.
Brought to you by Three Tree Roofing.
The rookie on this O-line, Gray Zabel, is with us.
Sam is an elite quarterback.
Going deep with a different Hawks player every day at 3:30 with Wyman and Bob on Seattle Sports.
Every time he walks into the huddle, we know we got a chance for a big play.
Nick Eamon-Wari is with us.
I felt good physically going into the game.
Catch up on every Hawks Spotlight on Seattle Sports on YouTube and the Seattle Sports app.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Looking for a high school that nurtures both the mind and spirit? Archbishop Murphy High School is where academic excellence meets faith-based education. With a 100% graduation rate and a college prep program designed to challenge and inspire, our students are prepared for whatever the future holds. But it's more than just academics. Archbishop Murphy's robust athletics, arts, and co-curricular activities ensure that every student finds their passion and thrives. Archbishop Murphy High School believes in educating the whole person. That's why we offer a vibrant campus life where students grow not only academically, but also spiritually, socially, and physically. Don't just take our word for it. See it for yourself. Schedule a visit and discover how Archbishop Murphy High School can help your students succeed. Visit am-hs.org. IRG Physical and Hand Therapy proudly supports Archbishop Murphy High School, where your story begins. am-hs.org.
Guys, tired all the time, gaining weight, low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is making it easier to get answers with a comprehensive wellness panel. It's not just a lab test, it's where better performance begins. Our providers will check your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. A $400 value for just $99, or free if you start treatment. Over 120,000 men have trusted Revive to restore their energy, mood, and confidence. So if you're ready to feel better and live stronger, call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Offer ends November 30th. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
This hour is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
Give me a freaking auto! From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
I don't read the internet, guys.
Take the bull by the hands.
And Brooke Ewart. And Brooke Ewart.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Ewart and Mike Saul.
All right, Brock, it's Friday, and we have failed to truly go around the NFL this week, and we need to because there's a bunch of great stories. G. Scott is here. He'll stop by at 8:30. We'll do open phone lines at 9:30, of course.
Just being very critical of his outfit.
Wow, did you see what he was wearing? It's a lot. There's a lot going on. He's got full rhinestone. You guys will see it here in a half hour if you're on YouTube. More, I want to make sure we have enough time to go around the NFL.
All right, we'll start out with Cleveland pass rusher Myles Garrett. His name, I guess, was being brought up, like, could he be traded? I wouldn't even say trade rumors, but Adam Schefter says a source told him there is no chance, and also that people have a better chance of winning the lottery. So at 2-6, and following a 5-sack performance where his team was non-competitive against New England Sunday, Rich Eisen says Myles Garrett might be regretting his decision to stay put.
There's 2 guys now at this position who Myles Garrett could sit here and say, I'm better than them, and I have been better than them for a very long time, longer than they've been in the league, and they're now making more money than me, and they're 100% in the mix for the Super Bowl, and I am not. And I had my finger on the eject button and I didn't press it. I stayed in Cleveland, and I'm just wondering what he's thinking wherever he is right now.
Well, while he's thinking, he's counting all of the money that he made in Cleveland.
So who are the two? Aiden Hutchinson with his new deal?
Probably.
I'm assuming Micah Parsons.
In Green Bay.
Yeah,
that would probably make sense. He had 5 sacks last week and then got so mad when they took him out of the game at the end. He's a force, but God, does that team stink. And he is not racking up cheap sacks. He's good.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that source told Adam Schefter the same thing that I've heard some scuttlebutt of, and that is, why would we possibly Max Crosby, Miles, they're the only good thing we got. Why am I going to trade them?
Because if it's the only good thing you got, you're wasting it. Unless you think you're going to be good quick enough to take advantage of it. Otherwise, it's a waste to have it on your team.
For 2 first-round picks that may or may not work.
But it's not working with him. Same thing I said with DK. Brock, how many times do we have to go through this argument?
They can get 2 more quarterbacks in next year's draft.
Eventually, they've got to hit on one of them, don't they?
All right, another guy who might be regretting his offseason decisions is Geno Smith. With the Raiders 2-5 and Smith 30th in QBR. He was asked about whether his relationship with Pete Carroll could help get things back on track.
Yeah, I mean, obviously our relationship has been noted, and it does help us. I think, but the main thing is that, regardless of our relationship, is that we both have to do our jobs, and that's what we're working extremely hard to do. But, Coach is a guy who I've been with. I know what to expect from him. He knows what to expect from me, and so we're not panicking in this situation. We're putting our heads down, getting to work.
So when you ask about regret, Maura, who do you think is regretting their decision more? Geno Smith asking for a trade or Pete Carroll trading for Geno Smith? Because I think it's Pete.
Yeah, I'd say Pete.
Pete's like, what? I'm trying to come back here and trying to show people that I can still coach, and I made a fatal mistake right off the bat.
Geno Smith is the only problem. Like their overall team is not good.
It's not good.
Yes.
That's true, too. That's a good point. That's true.
Yeah, the whole alignment there. The whole alignment assignment just is bad.
Doesn't feel right.
No, it doesn't feel right for Pete.
It never has. I mean, Pete going in there, but Spytek can still has the final say. It's never. You're right. It's never really felt right.
No.
It's sad.
And then Tom Brady's just kind of looming.
Yeah.
It's a strange situation.
That doesn't feel right. And then Geno, everything about it, Brock. You're right. Just not good alignment.
Mark Davis's haircut.
Yeah, also out of alignment.
I wanted to get to this one because in the last Around the NFL, we talked about how there was kind of a mystery going on as to how the Ravens locker room got stripped of the ping pong table and all the games in there.
Yeah.
Harbaugh said it was veteran players, and then Kyle Hamilton was like, I don't know anything about that. Apparently, Lamar Jackson took credit for it this week.
I told Kaneko, our head equipment guy, I told him to take all the games and ping pong, turn the TVs off. If we could have took the TVs out, they would have been out too, but I appreciate Mr. Steve for putting that in there for us, but we had to focus. I wouldn't say people don't take the job serious, don't get me wrong, but I didn't feel like it was the time for that. We got a lot of work to do. Each and every game gonna be like a win or go home game. We started off first season ever starting off this slow, so we're gonna have to just do or die right now, each and every week.
I just love him saying, I would have taken the TVs out too, but I appreciate Mr. Steve. He's calling Steve Bisciotti, their owner, Mr. Steve. But I appreciate him putting them in there.
He signs checks. He knows.
I wonder if Mr. Steve knows Mr. Joe fan. I kind of like it. I just like Lamar. I kind of like everything. If it was somebody else doing this, it would feel phony. It would feel like, all right, get over yourself. But Lamar is, I think, authentic and genuine enough to pull this off. And he might be right. I mean, I'm not in that locker room. I don't know what their level of, paying attention. I don't know what their level of concentration is, Brock. Maybe this is what they needed. They played better.
Well, he wasn't playing at the time, so maybe it was a way to kind of still try to be that leader in the locker room. And, they won last night. They have their next 4 games are against teams with losing records. They have a chance to get back in this.
Real leaders don't want TVs in the place of work. Spent a lot of time on this particular issue, and I can tell you that the real leaders, the people that really want to win, know there is no upside to having a television on.
Lyle's asking, what is this about? There was some other host here that wanted a TV in the studio, and when Salk was manager, he was very against it.
Yep.
Just following Brian Long's tradition. Just
All right, I
following
wanted
my
to get to this
mentor.
one because I know he's Salk's favorite.
You already got to Lamar. What other and Gino? You got to my two favorites.
Bruce Arians.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
There might not be a more disappointing division in the NFL this season than the AFC North. I think people thought it was going to be a lot stronger than it is. The Steelers lead it at 4-3. The Bengals have 3 wins, and the Browns and Ravens, well, they each had 2 until the Ravens got their 3rd last night. Jeff Saturday said on Get Up that Harbaugh and Tomlin don't win games when it counts. Some people are wondering if they could be on the hot seat. Bruce Arians went even further on Pat McAfee's show and said that he thinks 3 of the 4 coaches in that division get fired this year.
This was supposed to be the best division in football. They got one team with a winning record of 4-3. All right, that's not good. And they got to play each other. 9-8 might win the division. Whoever wins the division gets to come back next year. I think the other 3 are probably looking for a job.
Can't take that guy seriously.
You can't even listen to
I can't even listen to him without laughing. I'm sorry. I can't even listen to him more.
Do you think that's possible, though?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it could be.
I mean, Cleveland is just a mess. I mean, just a mess. And obviously, Joe Burrow is out. Lamar. I think Baltimore is going to win that division. I know Pittsburgh leads it now, but they got to play them twice.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think Baltimore.
They're still the best team.
Steelers
didn't get it done. No excuses.
Steelers' schedule is about to get tougher, and the Ravens is about to get easier.
You know, I was a little disappointed because we were ready to come out of the locker room and take the field when we were told there's a 5-minute delay. That didn't sit very well with me, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, but no excuses right there, Bruce. No excuses, no.
Ran the football, stuffed the run. The lines of scrimmage were 1 in red. That's what has to happen every time we line up in this division. Merry Christmas. It's going to be a good one. Enjoy the ride home. I'll see you Christmas Day. Great win. Great job, Cardinals. New sheriff in town, baby.
I should know if you bring up Bruce Arians or Tungus. Salk's just going to play cuts
just
back
hate
to back to back.
Bruce Arians. No excuses.
You got basically your 4th or 5th guard in there, and we can't hear, and then he's on the road. It don't get any tougher. I mean, that's about as tough as you can get.
Oh, it's so hard for Bruce.
Didn't get it done. No excuses.
Which is it, Bruce? Is it no excuses? Or is it you're on your 5th guard and the weather was against you and you got stuck in the tunnel because you were eating paint? Make a decision, Bruce. Which direction are you going to go? We'll give you everything you need to know next.
4 Down Territory. Michael Bumpus answers the top 4 football questions of the day.
What do the Hawks have to continue to do?
Every day at 11:15 and 1:15.
Be good when it comes to corralling quarterbacks in the run game. This is the most mobile quarterback they're going to play this week in Jaden Daniels. The Hawks are only averaging 17.8 yards per game rushing from the QB spot. This ain't the week to slip up when it comes to corralling a quarterback.
Catch every 4 Down Territory on the Seattle Sports app.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
The birth of the American supercar is roaring into LeMay, America's Car Museum, October 25th. Curated by racing legend Steve Saleen, this high-octane exhibition features icons like Hennessy, Shelby, Zinger, and more. Don't miss it. Visit americascarmuseum.org.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done. With precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way, with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone,
Welcome to AutoZone.
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
Have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the home of the Seahawks.
Gonna let one fly deep. Got a man out there. Ball is caught down at the 10-yard line, and it's JSN.
Seattle Sports.
Hey, baseball fans, Rick Riz here. I'm excited to introduce you to my good friend Keith Dashafy, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Keith?
Thanks, Rick. Just like our favorite baseball team, Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington is stepping up to the plate. Mention Go Seattle when you book, and you'll knock it out of the park with 15% off and 12 months, no payments, and no interest. Schedule today before this deal is gone.
That's fantastic, Keith. Don't wait. Schedule your free appointment today at PellaPNW.com.
I had a young woman who was on a new SUV, and she had attachments to her old car because it was her first car, and she had questions because she was doubling her spending budget, and she was very fiscally responsible. It was almost making her sick. And the best path at that point was to, let's stop for the night, and you go home and take a breath. She came back in the morning and bought the car. She was way happier. These are major life accomplishments. You have the ability to afford at this tier. You've secured one of the major needs in your life. You should be feeling a tremendous amount of pride and respect for your accomplishments. I'm just grateful that we get to celebrate it with them, that we get to be part of it in that aspect of it.
The LJ Way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
At Bible Law Group, we understand what it means to be local legal representation. From shopping at the Bon Marché, picking up gear at Chubby and Tubby, crying for Joey Cora, now for Cal, grabbing a burger while JP Patches clowns by. We live here and fight for you. That's why Bible Law gives local representation to those facing legal problems too big for prayers, even if you can't pronounce Squim or Puyallup. Our legal team has secured more than $40 million in settlements for our clients. We're ready to fight for you. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Honestly, playing Sunday Night Football the week after a bye, I know it's awesome to play the primetime game, but it's a little torturous. It feels like it's been forever since the Seahawks have played. I'm looking forward to seeing them. And even the last couple of weeks, was caught up with the Mariners run and first the Detroit games and then the Toronto game. It just felt like we weren't able to give it 100% of our focus. Yeah. And I think that'll certainly be the case on Sunday night, as baseball season will be officially over for everyone by then, and it will be full-fledged watching this team and seeing what they're capable of. We talked a little bit about Sam Darnold today, Brock. I like this cut from Brady Henderson, kind of trying to figure out what you'll do in the secondary as Devin Witherspoon looks to return, and Nicky Manwari's been playing some pretty good ball.
If you just watch the last two games in a vacuum, you'd say, yeah, Manwari belongs in there just because he's a playmaker and he's aggressive and he's a good tackler, and they've shown that they can keep him in there even against offenses that run a lot of he's playing in there in 3 receiver sets where he's built like a linebacker, and where you typically he's in there in situations where you would typically have a traditional nickelback in there, but he's shown that he's got enough skills to be in those in there against those kind of offensive personnel groupings. And so but that said, we all know, I mean, we watched Witherspoon at his best when he's healthy. He's a playmaker inside, and he's an effective pass rusher too, effective blitzer, I should say. My best guess is that they're going to continue they'll use both of those guys in there. But I do think that they're pretty good when Eman is on the field. And
remember when Hawkblogger was on, Brock? You weren't here. It was on Friday. He was talking about using both guys inside as kind of a dime situation, given their ability to stop the run with each of those two.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility. Like he could play, you could take Ernest off the field and keep Drake there because he could really run at linebacker, and maybe he plays that spot. It just gives you an enormous amount of versatility. Now, with the Julian Love injury, does that mean Nick's going to be more at safety? Can he handle that? Can he play that as comfortably as he's playing near the line of scrimmage? Yeah, all to be determined, but you know what? Good problems to have.
All right, trade deadline comes up on Tuesday, so the last game before the deadline. No positive changes on the injury report. In fact, things kind of going the other way. Jake Bobo, a partial participant with an Achilles issue. That was new. And then Cooper Kupp, a hamstring that made him a partial participant and added to an injury he already had.
That's not good.
I know. Nothing ever is good about wide receivers and hamstrings. So congrats to Jackson Smith and Jigba. He was named NFC Offensive Player of the Month. Here's just a moment of his offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak.
Can't say enough good things about his work ethic, and he's had a really productive start to the season, and he knows as better as anybody that it's a long year, and all of our work's ahead of us. So just keep his head down and stay humble and stay hungry.
Feels like exactly something we would all expect from JSN.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Yeah, I do get a little excited thinking about a Game 6 tonight. I'm excited to watch this. Game 6 of the World Series has led to, 3 of the greatest ever. 1975 with Carlton Fisk hitting the home run. 1986, ball going through Buckner's legs, obviously. And then 2011, that just unbelievable game between Texas and St. Louis. One of the best baseball games I've ever watched. And you got to put 93 in there. Those other 3 are famous because the team that was down 3-2 ended up winning and forcing Game 7. And in 2 of the 3, that team ended up winning. But 93 is Joe Carter walking it off, one of only 2 walk-off home runs ever to win the World Series, the other being Bill Mazeroski. So, yeah, that's a pretty big deal. That was in Toronto. They're going to be in Toronto tonight.
Yep. Yeah, I'm glad I'll probably do it tonight.
That would be pretty remarkable. Joe Carter was such a good player, man. People don't talk enough about how good he was. On the other side of things, here's Dave Roberts being asked about playing Shohei in the outfield.
I said everything on the table. I'm just curious. Have you ever talked to Shohei about playing actually outfield potentially?
Yeah, we'll talk about everything. So whatever we'll kind of talk through whatever is the best. So like I said before, if we get to that point, we'll see. But he's not going to play the outfield tomorrow. I do know that. But if we get to Game 7, we'll have a good discussion about everything.
All right, let me ask you: if it's something that you want to discuss for Game 7, why wouldn't you consider it for Game 6? Teoscar is a freaking butcher right now in right field. Disastrous. If it's something that you would consider for Game 7, why wouldn't you consider it for Game 6? Putting Shohei in right field and letting Teo DH. The guy he's a butcher right now. Yeah. I don't get it. What is Dave Roberts doing? Why is his team so sloppy? What is happening with the? I don't know.
It's not like Shohei's exactly played a ton of outfield stateside.
You don't think he can be better in right field than Teo?
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just
that's all I'm saying. If you have 2 games left to play, we're not talking about another season. It's 2 days. If he's better in right field than Teo, and you think so for Game 7, then you should be doing it for Game 6 as well.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Why are you laughing at me? Because I'm getting fired up about little things like that don't matter.
Yeah, that.
I don't understand. You know what it always is, Brock? It's always like things that don't make any logical sense. Well, yeah, we think about that in Game 7. Okay, so you think he's potentially a better right fielder? Why wouldn't you do it for Game 6? Well, because there's still a Game 7 to play. What? Not if you lose Game 6, buddy. Not if you lose tonight. There's no Game 7 then. Just going to calm down, Brock.
Are you done?
No, Mike McDaniel's probably going to get fired. Poor guy.
No, breaking news. The GM just stepped down first.
Oh, really? For the Dolphins?
That just happened.
Well, I'm sure the new GM, the first thing he's going to want to do is keep Mike McDaniels the way things are going. Kraken hosts the Rangers tomorrow night. Rangers did beat the Oilers last night on their way here. That's everything you need to know. Quarter past every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, shoot. Look at, do you see other breaking news as well, Lyle?
What's that?
Oh, his quarterback at ASU is going to miss the rest of the year. Oh, darn it.
I saw he was supposed to miss Saturday.
Yeah, he's going to be out the remainder of the season.
I mean, their season's over already. They lost 3 games. They're not going to the playoff.
Yeah, true. True. So you're telling me that G's the rhinestone cowboy this morning? Is that the giddy up he's wearing?
I can't even describe G. I can't describe what he's wearing. It doesn't look that strange from the upper body view, but once you get to the pants and the shoes, it really pops. G's coming in. Join us next for his weekly appearance. It's a fan Friday, maybe a fun Friday here, Brock. It is all powered by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and it's next on Brock and Salk.
The one and only Mark Schlereth. Every Monday at 4 during the NFL season with Wyman and Bob.
Sam Darnold, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,700 yards, 68% completion percentage. Great stats. He's only been sacked 9 times.
I think he's been playing great. I'm a big fan. I'm a big Sam Darnold fan. What he's gone through to get to where he is right now, I think it's a really cool story.
On Seattle Sports, on YouTube, and the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, Mike Salk here. As you're getting ready for your weekend, think about some really cool stuff going on at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Keep talking about the hotel. If you want to spend a night out there, man, the rooms are just beautiful. Breathtaking views of the Cascades and Snoqualmie Valley. They got the new expanded non-smoking gaming floor, which is great. The spa. And I really was impressed with the pool area. It's like this whole indoor-outdoor thing. So even with lousy weather, it's still a pretty awesome spot to be. You can find out more at snocasino.com. Seattle's closest. It's now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
For over 50 years, they redefined rock. The spirit lives on. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson celebrate 50 years of Rush 50-something tour. October 10th and October 12th. Climate Pledge Arena. Tickets on sale Friday at 12 p.m. at rush.com. Legends don't stop. They evolve. Rush.
Lake Washington Windows was voted best in the Northwest. Celebrate by saving 25% off new Leak Armor installed windows through October. Plus enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, 0 interest until 2026. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com, a name you can trust.
IRG Physical and Hand Therapy doesn't just treat injuries, they elevate athletes. From weekend warriors to elite competitors, IRG Sports Institute clinics are built for performance. Blending top-tier physical therapy with advanced sports science and personalized training plans. Hey, Brock Hewitt here with Shannon O'Kelly, physical therapist and owner of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Why? Why elevate athletes as well?
Because here at IRG, Brock, our motto is we want you to be your best self, your best physical self, your best mental self, and your best community self. At our new IRG Fremont Sports Institute, we're providing that type of care. We've got the latest equipment, the greatest techniques, the providers there that are excited to get you better, basically bigger, faster, stronger. Doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior, a recreational athlete, an elite athlete, we will make you to be your best.
You'll work with specialists who understand the grind because they've been there. With access to cutting-edge equipment and recovery techniques, you won't just heal, you'll come back stronger. Visit IRGPT.com, IRGPT.com.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167, some things have changed, and some things haven't. Using those lanes without a good-to-go account means you'll receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. You'll always pay the lowest toll rate with good-to-go. No change. Carpoolers now need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. Does a good-to-go pass still save you $2 on every toll? Definitely not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com. Free Flex Passes while supplies last.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game, Sunday, November 9th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, October 28th through November 3rd. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Want more Seahawks content? Join me, G. Scott, on The Reset. New episodes of the podcast every Monday and Thursday on YouTube or on the Seattle Sports app.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
It's game time, and Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota Renton are lining up with a roster that's built to dominate the field. The gas-powered RAV4, built to power through every drive, rain or shine. Or switch up the play with the hybrid RAV4, versatile, efficient, and always moving the chains. The Tacoma, tough, dependable, and clutch when it counts. And now, taking the field, the all-new 2026 Toyota Tundra, redesigned, powerful, and built for the big moments. Whether you're in the north or the south, Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton have your winning ride. Visit toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Well, if we truly want to give the people what they want this week, Brock, I feel like G's got to find a way to stand up and show everyone the pants.
Come on, man.
Can we see the pants? We're getting a, oh my gosh. Here, Brock, let me turn this for you so you can see as well.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Can you see the full picture of what's going on over there?
Oh, good.
It's like a full rhinestone sweatpant deal. Black t-shirt and jean jacket with.
How much do you think those pants cost, Salt?
Oh, you should be able to get this.
How much do those pants cost?
Yeah.
Are they a brand name of some sort? They got to be.
Yeah, they are.
Right. That's a great question, man.
What you think, Brock? How much?
How much do you think, Brock?
People want to hear. They want to hear us talk about sports. We can't talk about pants all day.
I'm going to say $325.
That's a pretty good guess. I was gonna be around that number.
Nah, these were 150.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
That's less than on sale.
Nah.
Clearance?
Nah, it wasn't clearance.
Okay.
Heights District. You know what I'm saying? It was good.
Little Nordstrom Rack.
Hell no. Man, Nordstrom Rack ain't nothing but a extended TJ Maxx and Ross. Nordstrom Rack used to crack back in the day.
I know what's going on there.
There's nothing wrong with TJ Maxx.
You know what? You're right. You're right. My wife rocks with TJ Maxx.
Thank you.
Yeah, my bad. My bad. What's good,
People
y'all?
saying you're throwing out some Andre 3000 vibes with those pants. Yeah, there's a little. I can see that.
Listen, I would assume that everybody listening, who got offensive player of the month?
Oh, jeez. Already? You're jumping right into this?
Look here. Text in if you got the text line. What's G about to say? What is he now? What is he? Go ahead, text it. He's the best in the world. He's the best in the world, man.
He actually had a really interesting soundbite yesterday on why he's the best in the world right now. That's not specifically what he was asked, but why he was having success with his route running. Maybe you've heard him say this before, G, because I know you're close, but I thought this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
as a receiver, I feel like you have to be a salesman. You have to sell something, to get something, to get what you want, So me being able to marry up a lot of things and running sideline to sideline, vertical, has just opened up, a palette for me to, sell something. And right now you have to respect it. And that's where you see a lot of shifts and movement.
Ball handling. Remember, we talked about this, told you guys this about a couple months ago. Jackson is a very incredible ball handler. Ball handling is key. Go back and UTEP two-step with Tim Hardaway. You guys have seen Steph Curry's handle. You've seen Allen Iverson's handle, right? That is, you have to, you got to sell something.
I've never heard it described that way, though. That was a pretty interesting description of, hey, you got to be a salesman to the defense in order to sell one thing and do another. It's pretty.
Did you, honestly, and I totally love that ball handling and its body control and the hand-eye coordination and the balance and all of that. I love it. Did you honestly, in your heart of hearts, though, think that he could? Because if you can't sell vertical and you can't run vertical, then really none of that other stuff matters. Not at this level, because they'll just sit on it, right? They'll just squeeze you. Did you think he had this gear to run by people the way that he's done this year?
Well, when you say, I mean, I think.
Because remember, he didn't want to run that 40 for Pete and John. He didn't want to do that. He didn't want to, whatever that was going to be, 4.5 or 4.49, whatever.
And you go and you look at Ashton Genty and you see what his agent did. You're going to start seeing less and less guys start to run the 40. I mean, who is the 40 for? What does the 40 say about your type of game? It's really, look, I'm going to tell the truth right here. Like, the 40 does not tell you what type of football player you're going to be. The 40 is for the fans. The 40 is for us. It's for us to talk about. This person ran this. Ooh, that person ran that. That's it.
No, I think those scouts, it matters to them because the difference between a 4.3 and a 4.5 is real.
Yeah.
The difference between a 97-mile-an-hour fastball and a 93-mile-an-hour fastball is real. That split second, that extra step in this league that's chasing every edge they can, in every inch they can. Like, every step matters. So I think those scouts use that database and have for 50 years, and it's shown up a bunch. Like, oh, yep, that dude's a 4.3 dude, and you see it. He gets on top of that guy that much faster.
I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Just because you got a scout next to your name don't mean you good at your job. Now, let's be real. If you go to, every teriyaki spot ain't the same. Just because it say teriyaki don't mean you're going to get some good teriyaki. So you don't think it's
helpful at all to know someone's 40 time?
No. I'm not saying, I'm not saying it's bad.
Right.
But what I am saying is if JSN does not run the 40, and then people say, oh, Jackson probably won't be able to run by playbook. Now, here's one for you, Brock, and this is, let's simplify this. Let's say you have a really fast player. Let's say he runs a 4.3, 4.4. But this player does not know the playbook. This player is pre-snap reads is absolutely clueless. Brock, how fast is he?
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds like the John Ross problem, right? And there have been plenty of guys like that.
You see what I'm saying? So,
sounds like an Al Davis problem. Let's bring in James Jett and Alexander Wright and the rest of those. They couldn't play.
When you talk
that
about,
doesn't mean it's not a helpful tool, right?
I'm not saying, you're right, but I'm not saying that. But when you talk about Jackson and some of the other great wide receivers, one of the things that really sets them apart is pre-snap reads, the ability to understand, the ability to study that film and know, oh, okay, I see the safety right there. I see what he's going to do right there. So I saw when they played against so-and-so in this look right here, they when we did this, they went to cover 0, and it was flat. And it's going to be man coverage. Like, there's a lot of things that goes into
a lot of processing.
Right, so
and he's got it, but I think we all knew that. I think he was a first-round pick because of all that. I think the performance at the high school level, the collegiate level, all of the production is why. Again, I just did not know for myself, and we chatted with Joel Klatt about this the other day, and I didn't know that he had 21.5 miles per hour in his back. I didn't know that, and that's what he hit a couple weeks ago on one of those deep balls that he ran by. I just did not necessarily see that. He wasn't asked to do that at Ohio State nearly as much, and I just didn't know he had that club in his back.
Okay, here's another one for you, Mike Salk. So check this out.
Okay.
Good for you.
Okay.
So,
First and last name, by the way.
Yeah. That usually means that I've done something that now I'm about to be in trouble for.
So this player, watch this.
Okay.
Whatever player, whatever name you want, this player at the Combine in 2021 runs a 4.3. It's now 2025. When people talk about that player, they still talk about that player being a 4.3. Timeout. Hold on. This dude don't get his sleep at night. This dude parties. This dude goes and kicks it. He don't work out, right? When you go into these NFL locker rooms and you're over at the Virginia Mason Athletic Center, guess what don't come up in conversation? Your 40 time. The only time a 40 time is talked about is in sports media, is on social media. There is nobody over there at the VMAX saying, hey, 4-3, let me holler at you for a minute. It's just not happening. So how you take care of yourself. Now back to Jackson. I cannot wait till he starts to share his routine and what he does. It's insane. His routine is crazy. The reason why the dude is getting better. The same Jackson today is not the same Jackson when he first got there. Some people go up in life. Some people go down in life.
I just want to be clear. I am not Mr. 40 guy. Please don't put me in this category. I am not the person sitting here saying the 40 is what makes a good wide receiver.
So then why are we still doing the 40?
I'm not saying because there are in-betweens in life. The 40 can be a relevant tool. One small one, just like a shuttle or a height or a weight or any of the other things. It's a small tool, but you're right. Of course you're right, G. A 40,
that sounded good.
What you did 4 or 5 years ago running a 40 doesn't tell the story of who you are. It's a very small piece of what you're capable of. And I think that's relevant. It's a relevant thing, and it is fun for the fans and the scouts and everyone else. But I'm not, basing who's going to be a good wide receiver off of it.
When I go out on a date on the Friday night, you feel me? Hey, it ain't no use to telling them what I used to do 3-4 years ago.
Right, because it's really just about the draft process.
What's in that coffee, Brock? They want to know what you're doing now.
When you talk handle. When you talked handle.
Now, the last time we talked hands on this show, I got
handle.
Okay,
not hands.
We talked hands on this show. People hit me up and say, you can't be doing that.
You were out of control.
Right.
Yeah, you're talking hands.
You were out of control.
You're not good with your hands.
Are you good with your hands, though?
In some ways. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Cooking. Hey. I'm a decent cook. G. Who had the greatest handle of all time? Who had the best move to get to the rim? Are you taking Iverson's crossover? You want the Tim Hardaway, whether it's the killer crossover in the pros or the UTEP two-step in college? Who got to the rim better than anybody?
So I got two people, greatest handle of all time.
Okay.
And I'm going to call them 1A and 1B.
Okay.
Homegrown. Rainier Beach. Jamal Crawford, baby.
Jay crossover.
Hey, Jamal Crawford, his handle's still nasty right now.
Have you seen his kid play?
Yeah, he's real.
Dude, I watched. So JJ was in middle school last year at Avery, now Cecily School. So I was watching him play. He's unbelievable. He really is unbelievable.
Right.
He's really, really, really good. And because he's so good, he brings a lot of other really good players to the games. And, man, that's the first time I've ever seen a middle schooler dunk in a game. That was unique. And then that game ended with a 3-quarter shot for the win down 2. It was unbelievable. Like, that kid's special.
Yeah.
You can just tell.
He's special.
He's awesome.
The other one is Kyrie. I mean,
oh, that's fair.
Kyrie Irving, I mean, come on, man. If you watch that dude play, what that dude be doing with the ball, Paul, it's crazy.
Brock?
G. What?
Who's your answer?
It's MJ. MJ's the greatest ever.
Early MJ, right? Because late MJ didn't do that. Late MJ would just do the little step back or the a fade away.
Hey, since we talking about MJ, can I just say something? Is it fair to say that MJ, Michael Jordan, is probably one of the greatest competitors that we've ever seen in our time?
I mean, if not the greatest.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me get this straight. They win the NBA championship in 1993. Win it all. And then at the end, we're getting ready to go into that 94 season, MJ said, Nah, I'm going to go play baseball. And when I go play baseball, I'm not even playing in the big time.
Right.
I'm playing single A. And I'm going to strike out, let the media make fun of me, and I'm just trash when I play baseball. I'm going to sit out of NBA basketball for a year and a half. And then
In my prime.
And then I come back and everything's great again and win 3 back-to-back. I mean, he came back in 1995 in May, and that was a heartbreak because they lost to the Orlando Magic. I remember like it was yesterday. But then they win 96, 97, 98. Here's my question to y'all. What the hell was going on in that year and a half? Was it? Now, I know we didn't have social media, and I'm not saying that gambling just started today. But what in the world was going on? You know what they say? I'll take your answers off the air.
Yeah. I think we all have that suspicion. The only way, and I do too. I mean, I'm with you. The only way to justify it, because you're right with his competitiveness, is to say he needed a new challenge. He was so competitive that he wanted to try something even harder to see if he could do it, just to challenge himself. But I don't think it holds enough water. That's the only way you could write the script that's like, all right, this is what he was doing. Yeah, people saying his dad died and you couldn't rationalize it. Maybe midlife crisis. It's a little early for that. I don't know. I'm with you, G. I think it's super sketchy, but that's the only way I could even try to justify it.
Hey, G, you got one word?
I think I might take Iverson, by the way. If I got to get to the hoop.
Iverson?
Yeah.
Iverson.
Yeah.
By the way.
Jason Williams be on that list.
Allen Iverson.
White chocolate.
White chocolate. Boy,
Dude, he's on that list.
I knew Brock's going to get excited
White
about
chocolate.
that. Hey, let me tell you something, man. Anytime you start bringing up those kind of, Brock going to get happy.
He's got to be on that list, though, just for that, and then throw a pass at the end.
Brock, you know your co-host.
Underrated athlete, man. White chocolate.
Hey, Mike, suck through your alley-oops. Hey, here you go, Brock. I know we talking about too many bros right now.
Surprisingly athletic.
If I really wanted to make Brock happy, I would have gone with John Havlicek or Pistol Pete Maravich or somebody from Brock's era.
Surprisingly athletic.
Back when we had a great country, back in the 50s and 60s.
Hey, G.
First one in, last one out.
G, you got one word for these Seahawks? You got one word. We got all sorts of fun sound here. Manti Te'o. We played Kyle Brand earlier. You got one word to describe the Seahawks this year as they head to DC on Sunday?
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
I really struggled with this one.
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Pressure. And I'm going to say pressure because I was at an event last night. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters out there in the Tri-Cities. Love y'all. Boys and Girls Club, Benton and Franklin counties.
Which Tri-City?
Well, the event was over.
Which is your favorite? Which is your favorite?
Hey, I ain't got no favorite.
Pasco.
I don't see city over there. You feel me? It's Pasco, Kennewick, Richland. Even though they, you know what I'm saying, be casting rivalries. No, Tri-Cities, I love them all the same. Plus, they be listening to this show.
That's darn right.
Yeah, they love this show.
That's a very good political answer.
Well done.
I've been good. Okay, pressure. Here's why.
Okay.
Every time the Seahawks do something really well, like right now, their defense is lights out. One of the top, if you could argue, top 3 in the league, however you want to do it. As soon as they do all those things, the first thing that come up, they say, or some say, whoa, is this LOB 2.0? Like they can't get away. It's like having a new spouse in your life, and every time you do something well, you bring her some flowers, you bring her everything, and the first thing she say, woo, are you Charlie 2.0? No, baby, I'm here. So when you start talking about this defense and this team, there's always this quick comparison. So when I say pressure, there's also pressure with these Seahawks are 10-1 right now on the road under Coach McDonald. That is fantastic. But as soon as you bring that up, it's like, yeah, but they awful at the crib. It's like, it's pressure. Like you can't win. It's like husbands at home, right? There's a lot of us husbands at home. We work hard every single day. We do a lot of things, and we get no damn respect. Come Father's Day, y'all don't get us nothing. Mother's Day, they got Ben Bridge, they got Shane Company, they got all this stuff. But meanwhile, come June, ain't no damn commercials for Father's Day.
You have to go grill your own own food.
And I wish you would get me another pair of underwear, drawers, and socks. This is terrible. I get on this show, I got to vent because these are the things going on in my life.
Sure.
We need more respect as daddies. So if you're a mama listening right now, let's give these dads more respect. There's pressure, baby.
How about Sebastian Telfair? You remember Sebastian Telfair's handle?
Hey, he was nice, but he
didn't make it.
He messed up.
Yeah, he had problems.
Brock, what you laughing at, bro? Because you feel me right now. Don't y'all feel me? Don't y'all feel like we dads get no respect?
I'm very
Look, I'm not
distracted.
saying that y'all mamas don't do nothing. Look, we love y'all mamas, but man, us daddies, we got to do everything. We go out and work. We take out the trash. We do all these things, and we get a damn small car. But meanwhile, they have a big old get-together for Mother's Day and do all these things.
What's your role on Halloween tonight?
I'm sick and tired of people paying to be scared. Why are you paying to go to a haunted house? Why are you paying to watch a scary movie? Why are we paying to be scared? Right. Ain't there enough things to be scared about right now? Turn the damn news on. I got some scary news for you. What you paying to be scared for? We so damn backwards here in this country. I want to pay. I'm scared. You paid $80 to be scared, and these costumes right now. Have you guys seen the prices of these costumes?
Yes.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
My granddaughter had a costume that cost $100. Huh?
Did you not spend $100 on a costume when you were a kid?
No, you know what we spent. We all went to the same stores. We either went to Kmart and they was hanging up on the rack and they had that little plastic mask that we put on and our face was sweating and stinking inside of the mask. Y'all know we wore the same thing. You was either Star Wars something or you were Indiana Jones something or you were Wonder Woman. So you something. We had that. You remember that mask that made us
One
sweat?
of those plastic Wonder Woman costumes.
You remember your face?
It had
You
the
just
mask, and then it
sweat.
had just like a plastic vest you would put on.
I don't know. I
pretty
don't
much.
remember any sweating going on in Halloween in Boston. I remember walking around in freezing cold, pouring rain. Every year was awful. So what do you do tonight? You didn't answer my question. You just started ranting and raving. What's your role tonight? Are you handing out candy?
So my wife, I'm glad y'all asking. My wife,
That's now twice I've asked.
Our friends, they got little kids, and they're going over there. And so my wife, my wife really likes to get all these, get the kids here. I want to personally. So she was up baking last night. She told me she's up baking. She's got the special treats and stuff. Nice. So she really likes that stuff. I'm staying my butt on the couch tonight. I'm not leaving. I'm turning the light out. I don't want no kids to come and do nothing. Matter of fact, going to people's houses for trick or treat is dangerous these days. I say you do trunk or treat. Everybody just go pull up to South Center, the Nordstrom's out there in the parking lot. By the way, the Nordstrom's parking lot in South Center has always been the child custody switcheroo. That's where everybody used to meet up on a Friday. And here, you go with your daddy this weekend, and you go with your mama this weekend. And that's how, because I used to go to that place. Now, see, Brock, Salk, you guys don't know anything about child custody and switching the kids for the weekend, do y'all?
I don't. No.
Okay, yeah, it's real out here, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Lyle, you know anything about this child custody? Because the way you was last week, you looked like you had child custody issues. You taking damn showers and stuff with your clothes on.
Oh, I got Mariners issues.
Yeah,
I
custody.
wish everyone could have seen how slowly Lyle, you brought up his name and he was standing there looking at you, and then he just slowly sat down, slowly pulled the mic over, just no
reaction.
No sense of urgency to get on the radio.
None whatsoever.
253 says, I'm literally in that parking lot right now. Man, that's the parking lot. I used to be in that parking lot, and I used to have to meet by the Bahama Breeze. And the Bahama Breeze right there, and I swear, and there was this one dude that I got a relationship with. We would meet right there. What's up, man? How you doing? Cool. His baby mama pull up, you know what I'm saying? She wouldn't even talk to him. Again, Brock Salk, y'all know nothing about this, do you?
No.
Hey, look here.
No, I don't.
It's real stressful, too.
I believe it.
Like the tension that happens when you exchange the kids, y'all don't talk to each other, no nothing, huh?
Yeah, I mostly see more of the hey, you drop them off at this activity and I'll pick them up. That type of thing, so that you don't even have to see each other.
Oh.
Right? Hey, you drop them off at, because kids have so many activities, at practice, and then leave, and the other person will pick them up at the end of practice and leave with them. Yeah.
Gee, Seahawks going to be 6-2 Sunday night? We getting this one in DC?
Yeah,
we're going to go to 11-1 under Mike McDonald.
We're gonna get this one. I think the Seahawks going to get take care of it. I love it that it's Sunday night, it's prime time, and I just think, being serious, I think the Seahawks are a better team than the Commanders. You never know what you get with the Commanders. You don't know which team is going to show up, right? Some of y'all are in relationships right now, and you don't know which person you're going to get. So when you go home tonight, you don't even know. You hoping that it's going to be cool, but you walking around eggshells. You don't run your house, you run around it. So the Commanders aren't consistent.
Right.
You need to be consistent, Mike Salk.
I understand that. Yes, we had.
You think I'm crazy, don't you, Salk?
Most of the time, yes. Okay. We had we were asked to choose our 3 best candy bars and the 3 worst for Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Do you have 1 or 2 that you want to put in each category?
Okay. Well, first of all, the number one.
We only have a minute.
Reese's.
Yeah. Peanut butter cup.
Yeah. Oh
okay.
gosh.
Number 1.
Bet. Number 2. Look, let's see.
Bar.
Snickers, man.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Well, the only challenge with the Snickers, I will say, and I put that on my list as well, is that the mini Snickers are not nearly as good as the full-size Snickers. Something happens in miniature form where the ratio's off on Snickers. But I'm with you. I love a Snickers.
So wait, I was going to make sure. Salk, you like mini size and not large size?
No, the other. For Snickers, I like the large size.
You like the large size?
Yeah.
But you don't like the mini size?
Not as much, no. Not with Snickers. There's something wrong with the ratio. Same with Crunch Bar.
The small Snickers doesn't pack a punch for you.
Right.
Oh, okay. Brock, what you got, bro?
What's the worst?
Anything, I'm talking to boomers and Gen X. Anything that was at your grandmama's house on the middle and on the table.
Like an Andy's Mint?
That's terrible. Butterscotch, candy corn. By the way, our grandparents ate the worst damn candy in the world. No wonder, listen.
You ever have a Necco wafer?
My grandmama lost her teeth, I swear, at 25. She lost her teeth at 25 because she was eating that candy that just takes your teeth right out.
G. Scott Show is coming up in a few minutes over on our sister station 97.3 Cairo News Radio. Plus, you can find G on the Reset through YouTube and everywhere else. And I need a moment or two to compose myself. We'll be right back. It's Brock and Salk, I think, still on Seattle Sports on 710.
It's the Hawks Player Spotlight.
Tight end A.J. Barner is with us. How are you, man?
Doing well. It's good to be on here.
Brought to you by Three Tree Roofing.
The rookie on this O-line, Gray Zabel, is with us.
Sam is an elite quarterback.
Going deep with a different Hawks player every day at 3:30 with Wyman and Bob on Seattle Sports.
Every time he walks into the huddle, we know we got a chance for a big play.
Nick Eamon-Wari is with us.
I felt good physically going into the game.
Catch up on every Hawks Spotlight on Seattle Sports on YouTube and the Seattle Sports app.
The birth of the American supercar is roaring into LeMay, America's Car Museum, October 25th. Curated by racing legend Steve Saleen, this high-octane exhibition features icons like Hennessy, Shelby, Zinger, and more. Don't miss it. Visit americascarmuseum.org.
When businesses thrive, communities score. That's why Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup here in Seattle. And our more than 95 local business specialists are ready to help your business win. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Hey, it's Tim Hunter, former Seattle radio goofball here with 2 words that aren't funny. Prostate cancer. Get your annual checkup. Keep an eye on that PSA number. And if you hear those 2 words like I did, talk to the folks at Swedish Cyberknife. 5 treatments, minimally invasive and technologically advanced over the other options. If you're a friend, and I consider you one, I'd highly recommend Swedish Cyberknife. We are so lucky to have them right here in town. Do your research, but definitely visit swedish.org/Cyberknife prostate.
Dave Wyman here, and we've been fortunate to hear from 2 Swedish Cyberknife patients this year, Andy Ryder and Tim Hunter. Both heard about Cyberknife from our radio ads and completed successful treatment, raving about their experiences. Tim was impressed that treatment only took 5 days. Andy hosted a large international delegation the week after his treatment. If you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish Cyberknife here in Seattle. Go to swedish.org/Cyberknife prostate.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo. the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
What if you had the smartest Wi-Fi? If you did, it'd be Xfinity, of course. And it'd come with their best state-of-the-art equipment. It would boost speeds to the devices that needed them most, prioritizing your most important connections, whether you were streaming, gaming, or gaming while pretending to work. And it would let you stream 4. That's right, 4 games on one screen. It would even power your mobile connection so you could bring faster, secure Wi-Fi speeds with you where you use it most. It would be proactive and fix problems before you knew you had them. Impressive, right? And it would have security features that protect you from threats at home and online. Kind of like a force field for your life. If you had the smartest Wi-Fi, well, everything would work together seamlessly to keep you connected, no matter what. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply.
The LJ way is.
You look at stuff like this and it's like, I don't want to come into an industry and work on a place that is going to compromise how I feel about myself. I get to go to work every day with good people and I get to enjoy what I do because I'm out there just trying to do right by people I care about, which is our community. We're going to see them at the grocery store. I'm going to see them at the sports tournaments. 2 friends of our daughters came in last night just on the lot, didn't know I was there. And it was cool because you got to take them through and they're going to buy a car for their first driver and a car for their kid going to school soon. These are the people that you're going to work with. And so you better make sure that your laundry's clean. I don't think Lee Johnson specifically, right, Speedway Chevrolet, where I'm at, I don't think they've ever had a problem with the community of being able to stand up and look them in the eye and know that they did their job well.
The LJ way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
Seaport Airlines. If airport slowdowns and delays have you rethinking your trip, well, there's an easier way to fly. Seaport Airlines flies TSA free with service between Portland Business Aviation and Seattle's Boeing Field. No delays, no stress. Book today at flyseaportair.com.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Heward and Matt Marcus. Sorry about just Mike
Heward. Not exactly Joe Cat there in the pocket.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
All right, final hour here of our week on the Brock and Salk Show. We've recovered from our 30 minutes with G. Scott, and you can find all of that later through YouTube or on the old sports app.
What was that?
I don't know, man. That's hard to say. There's a lot going on. But I want to make sure we have time for this here, Brock. Before we open up the phone lines, as we do on Fridays at 9:30, looking forward to that. We've been doing this for about the last month, Fridays at 9 o'clock, going through the week that was, all the fun interviews, and especially the ones that we have every single week. All these things that you can find on the Seattle Sports YouTube page, and that's who sponsors For You in Review. So here's what we got. Let me start on Tuesday with our buddy, Mr. Passon. Once he stopped speaking in tongues, we were able to get Jeff to focus a little bit. And here's what he said about the Mariners offseason.
Your mandate is to try as best you can to win right now while integrating in guys slowly, but no Band-Aid rips unless it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Like 2026 needs to be your focus right now. It needs to be the main focus. It needs to be the target of everything.
And it's remarkable. It really is. And we talked about this in the 7:30 segment. Remarkable how much work it just never ceases.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we chatted with Jerry, every Thursday or whatever, and it was like, all 52 weeks of the year. Like it just never really stopped. The NFL, you feel like you get 6 weeks off, right? When mini camps end, really business gets closed. There's not much going on. Like not baseball, not the MLB, not with fall leagues, not with the international leagues, not with the draft, not with the development, not with spring training, not with free agency, not with acquisition phase here, there, and everywhere. And you would think coming off of a 91 season, winning the West for the first time in 20 years, like the Hayes in the barn, pretty stable. Things are pretty good.
No, and that goes back to what we played earlier from Morosi of like, well, 3 of your top 6 hitters in your lineup are free agents. Like you got to decide what you're going to do, and I think Jeff raises.
Well, and you got to decide on Randy Rosarena as well, right?
I mean, yeah.
He's under contract, but are you going to pay him $20 million a year too?
What do you want to do with JP? I mean, almost every single position other than catcher and center field.
Yeah.
There's at least a conversation about what it's going to look like next year. So I think Jeff's right. You got to figure out how to integrate the young players, but not bank on too many of them at the same time, because that is really not the position you want to be in. Now you're a team that is rebuilding again, and you don't want that. So how do you work them in while still, competing, not just competing, but a mandate to compete right now in 2026. Later on Tuesday, we talked to Daniel Jeremiah, as we do every week, and that'll shift back to 8:30, I think, next week on Tuesday. Here's what DJ said, Brock, and he went out and did his homework for us.
So I went back and I watched a lot of Anthony Bradford, including all of his pressures that he's allowed. Not good. It was tough. And I tried to categorize them when I was charting them and going through it. And I was saying, okay, so there's different ways you can get beat. A guy can, change a direction. A guy could cross your face. Okay, that's an issue. You could have a mental error where you're not seeing a twist or you're not picking things up. So it's a little bit of a mental bust. So he has a couple of each of those. You have some like on the edges where guys just kind of beat you right off the snap, off the edge a little bit. There was 3 of those. Man, I had 9 of those pressures were just pure power, or him just lunging and ducking his head and getting beat right now. And that's the worst way you can lose as an interior offensive lineman.
Especially one who's 350 pounds and built specific, like that's supposed to be the strength. I just can't get over it. I mean, that is DJ. We didn't even ask him to do that research. He just did it because we've been talking a little bit about the guards and what to do with the deadline. And do you go out there and try to fix that spot? And that is, I thought, that's not Pro Football Focus. That's not some, that's DJ who we trust going out there and just looking and grading the film by himself and being pretty disgusted.
Yep. Gotta pick it up. And I think the eye and lens will be on him as much as anybody coming off of this bye week. Now that Christian Haynes is available and off of IR and practicing, and now that the trade deadline's a couple days away, I think there will be a bunch of eyeballs on Mr. Bradford on Sunday night.
Let me ask you a question, Brock. Assuming everyone stays healthy, how many more games does Anthony Bradford start for the Seahawks this year?
I mean, they continue to give him every opportunity. Assuming everybody stays healthy, I don't know, Salk. I enjoy that question about as much as you do predicting the rest of the season.
I'm going to tell you, my gut tells me, just a gut feeling, that at the end of the year he's not on the roster. Gut feeling.
Oh, I think he'll be on the roster.
All right. I'm just giving you my gut feeling. That's Appreciate a gut feeling. It is not based on fact, just a gut feeling. Gotcha. Joel Klatt, we asked him, and it was a roundabout way of getting at this same question. Are you looking at the trade deadline to fix a weakness, or are you trying to take your strength and make it even more dominant?
I mean, in a perfect world, you'd love to do both, but if you can only do one, I think that you need to raise the level of your weaknesses. And because in this sport, it's all about matchups. It's all about weaknesses once you get into the playoffs. That's all teams are going to attack is your weaknesses. So if you can go from average to good somewhere or weak to average somewhere, I think that you've increased the viability of your team in the playoffs more so than just taking a strength and making it stronger.
So let me give you the
that would be my philosophical answer.
Actually, after listening to that now a bunch of times, Brock, I'm being swayed a little bit because generally I'm on the other side of this. But the idea of other teams attacking your weakness is an interesting one to me. And then thinking about how do you attack their weakness, you don't just do that by going after a Max Crosby. You do it in a lot of different ways, and maybe that is sort of one of the reasons they've been so successful defensively.
Yeah, and I think that was the follow-up to kind of that return on investment. Like, take that a step further. And I think that was, as you said, a pretty swaying argument there that's tough to nitpick too much. Because playoffs at every level, whether it's the NBA, whether it's baseball in the seventh inning, whether it's the NFL with a stunt, like they're going to attack your weakness, and you're going to get to those critical matchups. And if you can bolster it and take care of that, which is not easy, and it's not a snap your finger. And this isn't fantasy football, and I don't get to just trade for somebody because I want him. And there's a lot to learn, and you better have somebody with some background in this system that you're running. If midstream you're going to add him to an offensive line. But, yeah, I think there's a lot of merit to that argument.
All right, final piece of sound here as we go through For You in Review. This was our buddy, Shannon Dreyer, who was on with us 2 days ago. And she said a lot, but this one really stuck with both of us, Brock, because it just didn't sound good.
Yeah, and it's a possibility. I mean, both New York teams possibly looking, or one for sure, it almost sounds like, for a first baseman. And would East Coast fit his life better? He is a new father. Does he want to? He hasn't really been in a permanent spot, and he is somebody that I don't think has been too sentimental to where he has been. It's I talked to him one day about all the different places that he's been, and he lived for a time in Texas, and I asked, Texas? Why Texas? That didn't add up to anything.
Right.
There was a great trainer out there. And he said, I'll go anywhere, to get better and to get that kind of work. I think he's kind of a wild card in that situation. I don't think he's going to be too sentimental to any one area. I think it's going to be about what's best for him and professionally and his family.
It's just that Josh Naylor sound, Brock, is going to stick with me for a while.
Yep. And he waited, Salk, as you said, he bet on himself through all of this period and through all, I'm sure there were opportunities and maybe even contracts earlier in the process. Nope, I'm going to go all the way through. And I think he's going to, even though you have your exclusive negotiating period right now, I think this is going to take some time too.
It sure feels that way, doesn't it? It just feels like now, and I was not necessarily operating under this assumption, but now I think I've got to change my view and say, I have to at least assume he's going to test the market and probably even more than that. And that is not a comfortable position. That is not where I thought we were going to be in terms of, what Josh Naylor and that process was going to look like. I was sort of writing him in for being on this team next year.
Sure.
And now I really don't feel comfortable doing that really at all. So we'll see what direction that goes. But that is For You in Review. All those interviews you can find up at the Seattle Sports YouTube page. And go click on them and watch, and you can see Shannon, and you can see Joel Klatt, and everybody else that we have fun talking to every week. All right, we'll be right back. We'll give you guys everything you need to know, and then we'll open up the phone lines. I don't know what direction this goes today with Seahawks, with Mariners, with Huskies, with Kraken. I don't know. We'll discuss coming up
Halloween
on Brock and Salk.
4 Down Territory. Michael Bumpus answers the top 4 football questions of the day.
What do the Hawks have to continue to do?
Every day at 11:15 and 1:15.
Be good when it comes to corralling quarterbacks in the run game. This is the most mobile quarterback they're going to play this week in Jaden Daniels. The Hawks are only averaging 17.8 yards per game rushing from the QB spot. This ain't the week to slip up when it comes to corralling the quarterback.
Catch every 4 Down Territory on the Seattle Sports app.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/pro-loyalty for details. Subject to change.
With football season comes colder weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here with Keith Dashafeet from locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. So Keith, what's your next big play?
Well, Steve, right now get 40% off qualifying installs or no payments and no interest for 12 months on approved credit.
Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
Ryan Roland Smith here. For more than 35 years, the NBA Health Insurance Trust has been helping local builders, contractors, and their employees save money and gain peace of mind. They offer customized group health plans from the state's leading insurance providers. Small and mid-sized businesses deserve big healthcare access. The NBA Health Trust brings you the coverage you want at a price you can trust. Find out more at MBAHealthTrust.com. That's MBAHealthTrust.com.
Stacey here, and I have had a horrible experience selling and buying a car. That's real. So trust me when I say I know a good experience when I see and feel it. Selling that old car or getting a new one from a place you can trust does make a difference. And that's been my experience at Wayscar Ford in Auburn. These are real people I'm talking about here. Mark and Chris have been absolutely wonderful. I also met The Way himself. They all care about making sure you have a hassle-free, low-pressure experience. And they mean it, because you can sell your old car to Wayscar Ford, get paid for it that day, and then get a second check when they split the profit of selling that car with you. You can also explore a competitive selection for your new ride and upgrade like I did. I upgraded to a 2025 Bronco Sport, heated steering, all-wheel drive, leather interior. I'm obsessed. Wayscar Ford is family-owned and operated for 103 years in Auburn. Lifetime powertrain on all new Fords, never any pressure. If you change your mind within 5 days or 500 miles, take it back for a 100% refund. WayscarFord.com.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may know the speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a month and bill credit plus $5 to line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
I can't wait for Sunday night, Brock. It's a long way to go to get there, but we've been deprived We haven't had a game in down in what feels like now forever. It's been almost 2 weeks. No football. Baseball obviously came to an end. Kraken, I guess I've been watching that, but just waiting for the Seahawks to play again, and that will finally happen on Sunday night. Sam Darnold tried to use those 2 weeks off, to get some value out of it.
I look at some stuff fundamentally, mechanically, stuff that I can do better. But more importantly, I think it's just being able to take a step back, recoup from, the previous weeks and the season and the bumps and the bruises that, you get, throughout the course of the start of the season. So it was just getting the mind, the body right, to be able to go on this, long stretch of games that we got coming up.
Yep, 10 in a row now. No more bye, just that obviously one bye in the NFL, and now it will be a 10-week gauntlet.
All you get really is the mini bye over Christmas, right? Because you get a Thursday night game, and then you get kind of the mini bye after that. But that's it. Yeah, you're right. 10 straight weeks.
Yeah, and we talked about, I remember Brady on Monday, like, this is going to be awesome. Like, all these guys you were careful and you were guarded with, and that was Julian, and that was Devin, and everybody else largely healthy, and going to get everybody back, and going to get Oots, and going to get even Anthony Bradford practicing. And, man, this week has just kind of been a gut punch a little bit, right? We found out on Wednesday that actually Julian had a setback during the bye week, and now on today's practice report, after yesterday, now we got a hammy.
Yeah,
for
Cooper Kupp. I know, yeah.
And we got an Achilles
for Bobo.
And we got Derek Young out.
And what do we always say, right? You can handle injuries, but not when they all take place in the same position. Well, let's find out what that looks like today, and maybe hopefully one or both of those aren't as serious as maybe they sounded. But if those guys are non-participants today, I think that's obviously very concerning. That being said, you is right. Thankfully, Washington's kind of a mess also, so hopefully that doesn't end up playing too big a role. Turns out to be a pretty big game for the Seahawks on Sunday.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
So the tying run is at second. The run that would win the World Series is at first, and Joe Carter is the batter.
Here's a pitch on the way, a swing and a belt. Left field, way back. Blue Jays win it. The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
The winners and still world champions, the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay.
Does that happen tonight?
Walk off for the win?
Nah, I don't know about all that.
I thought that was Sean McDonough. It was. That was Sean McDonough at the beginning on TV.
At the beginning of it,
yeah.
Yes.
I was like, that's got to be Sean. It sounds like him. Yeah, it was Sean McDonough and Tim McCarver on TV, and then Tom Cheek comes in there. It's the famous call of the touch 'em all Joe. But yeah, that was Sean at the beginning. Great baseball announcer. It's too bad he doesn't do as much of it anymore. Yeah, I don't know, man. Game 6s are special in the World Series. That's one of 4 off the top of my head. 75 with Carlton Fisk's famous home run. 86 with everything that goes into the Mets comeback and beating the Red Sox and Bill Buckner. 2011, Nelly Cruz. Poor Nelly. Just get to that line drive, Nelson, and nothing else happens. But instead, he doesn't, and there's a million other twists and turns to that game between Texas and St. Louis. And, yeah, of course, 1993. So, Toronto and L.A. tonight, Kevin Gossman and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Maybe it'll be another classic because Game 6s have a tendency to end up in that category.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Should also mention that Bryce Miller told Adam Jude that he's not going to need surgery for the loose bodies in his elbow. Sounds more like bone spurs, and they're reacting well to gel cortisone injections. So hopefully, Brock, that's a non-issue. Does that sound right to you? That makes you nervous. I can tell this. You don't like this.
But
you wanted loose bodies taken care of.
You do, but I totally understand because often what happens when you get those removed, they come back. Or you shave it down, or maybe you can't get all of it, or, so if the cortisone is helping and it is minimizing it, then that's fine too, I guess. That doesn't feel like I don't know. I don't want to speak out of turn.
Okay.
I do enough of that anyway.
Mike McDaniel does not did not get fired after last night.
No, the GM did.
The GM did.
Down.
He's out. And it sounds like now the Dolphins are going to start looking at trades. It doesn't feel like Mike McDaniel is going to last the season, but I don't know. I felt bad for him watching him last night. And then the Kraken, they're off till tomorrow when they host the Rangers, who are starting to play a little better after a terrible start. They beat Edmonton last night. That is everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. All right.
This will be interesting.
It will be. The last few weeks have been kind of, I don't want to say predictable, but kind of knew roughly where we were going to go with open phone lines. Today, man, we can go in any direction, man. It is Halloween. Who knows where this is going to go? Mariners. We've talked today and played you the sound from Shannon Dreyer and from John Morosi, kind of going through the challenge of, hey, you can't just decide to run it back and say everything's going to be okay, because half of the top 6 guys in your lineup are free agents. And I brought up the idea, Brock, of kind of this triangle of trying to figure out the pressure points between wanting to keep things the same because it was going well, trying to integrate new players, but then also looking for places to upgrade and make changes. And there will be pressure of all 3 of those sides of the triangle pushing on this team throughout this offseason. Josh Naylor, it felt anyway a week or so ago like, yeah, it's a must-do, but everything will work out. And now I don't know whether it feels that way at all based on Shannon's comments and kind of where that just what it made me feel anyway. Seahawks, whether it's one word to describe them or the importance of this weekend or your fear factor with some of these injuries. I mean, like, we've had some really good Seahawks conversation this week. A team that, Brock, I was looking at last night and saying 12 wins should almost be a floor, health permitting, for kind of where they go from here, just looking at the schedule the rest of the way. Kraken have played good hockey early. Huskies, Brock, you were pitching a scenario where they make their way into the college football playoff. And then certainly Halloween conversation and everything else that we've discussed today. Am I missing anything?
Dog breeds. I mean, geez.
Sure. Dog breeds. Yes. Have I missed anything else?
I think that's pretty good.
Kind of a little rundown. But you know what? You guys can go wherever you want with it. Whatever it is you want to talk about. 866-979-3776 is the phone number. 866-979-3776. We will open the lines right now.
4 Down Territory. Michael Bumpus answers the top 4 football questions of the day.
What do the Hawks have to continue to do?
Every day at 11:15 and 1:15.
Be good when it comes to corralling quarterbacks in the run game. This is the most mobile quarterback they're going to play this week in Jaden Daniels. The Hawks are only averaging 17.8 yards per game rushing from the QB spot. This ain't the week to slip up when it comes to corralling the quarterback.
Catch every 4 Down Territory on the Seattle Sports app.
Yeah, on days like today, I do think about, with the bad weather and the atmospheric river on the way, how much I'm excited to retire and just, live my life in peace in warm weather. But you can't just decide to do it overnight. I'm 47 now. What do I got, 10, 15 more years? So you got to plan ahead, and you got to get help with that. That's why I talked to Trajan Wealth. Did you know leaving an old 401k with a previous employer could create a higher investment cost for you? Yeah, if you've got an old 401k, maybe you're not sure what to do with it, start by calling Trajan Wealth. Set up just a free introductory meeting to learn more. 206-466-3300 is the phone number. That's 206-466-3300. You'll learn a little bit more about their core philosophies, like low expenses, manager tenure, and tax efficiency. So important, and something so few of us really understand. Just a couple key qualities that differentiate a Trajan Wealth portfolio from that of their competitors. Again, give them a call, 206-466-3300, or go to TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
It's game time, and Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota Renton are lining up with a roster that's built to dominate the field. The gas-powered RAV4, built to power through every drive, rain or shine. Or switch up the play with the hybrid RAV4, versatile, efficient, and always moving the chains. The Tacoma, tough, dependable, and clutch when it counts. And now, taking the field, the all-new 2026 Toyota Tundra, redesigned, powerful, and built for the big moments. Whether you're in the north or the south, Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton have your winning ride. Visit toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
John here with Happy Hauler. We want to help get your unwanted items to those in need. Furniture and household items you plan on throwing away? We'll take them and prioritize donating and recycling, keeping items out of the landfill, and giving useful items a second happy home. Happy Hauler is Seattle's eco-friendly junk removal. We work with over 20 nonprofits all over Western Washington to donate used items. Make yourself, your community, and the planet happy. Reclaim your space. HappyHauler.com, hauling with a heart.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game, Sunday, November 9th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, October 28th through November 3rd. Details and rules at seattlesport.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Touchdown, Seahawks! Ken Walker III.
Get everything Seahawks at seattlesports.com.
For over 50 years, they've redefined rock. The spirit lives on. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson celebrate 50 years of Rush 50-something tour, October 10th and October 12th. Climate Pledge Arena. Tickets on sale Friday at 12 p.m. at rush.com. Legends don't stop. They evolve. Rush.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
You know I love the Fella Cootie on a Fella Friday, Brock, but it doesn't feel quite the same with the atmospheric river descending upon us. The dark gray, the shorter days as, they get shorter and shorter every day. And then we're going to have to turn the clocks this week. And it's great.
When is that? When do we get to fall back?
Saturday night.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No, but I think so. I think it's this weekend. Yeah.
Really?
It's this weekend. Yeah. Saturday night, man, you got to change the clocks, which is great. You get the extra hour, but then it's dark at like 1 in the afternoon here in Seattle. It's just awful. It's just absolute. I hate it. I just hate it. I really do. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Arizona does it right. Keep your clocks on daylight time all year.
Absolutely right. We should all do that.
Yeah.
There is no reason to ever switch from daylight saving time.
No.
We should do that 12 months a year. 100% agree. Yeah, it's absurd. Just absolutely, I hate it. Have I mentioned that I hate it?
Yes.
All right, 866-979-3776. Got a couple lines open. I think people are having a little trouble forming opinions today, Brock.
Yep.
And I'm maybe not that surprised at it. We haven't seen a real game here in a while. The Seahawks haven't played the Mariner. And I got some calls. I'm going to get to these in a sec. I think the Mariner thing is really kind of like...
What is the number one thing? Like, okay, do this in a Seahawk way. Maybe it's not right, and I don't want to footballize baseball. But, the Seahawks under John and the organization have been really, adamant. Like, they put their plan together. This is our target. This is what we're going to do.
Right.
We have to take care of this first, whether it was a Leonard Williams contract, whether it was the Geno Smith decision. You've got to have a pecking order.
So what's your priority?
Yes.
Well, it's a great question. Again, I'll open that up. 866-979-3776. I think we all agreed it was Josh Naylor. But what if, as a priority, it doesn't happen?
And what if he says, and his agent make it clear, we're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Right now. And we're not doing anything maybe until January.
Right.
We're going to play the whole market all the way out.
Yeah. I've decided that I've waited 6 years to get to free agency. I went through the entire system of arbitration. It's been 6 years. I bet on myself. And now I want to hear what everyone has to say. And if Shannon's right and there is some family concern, and maybe I don't know, maybe he does want to go to the Northeast. What, you want to wait until January to find that out? So I think that is a very big concern. I don't know how to handle it. I mean, we're just kind of starting where this conversation is at, and we're not the ones who get paid to do it. But that is, to me, very concerning. So, yeah, what's your priority? Sure, it's a great first question, but what if your priority isn't a real option?
Yep.
Then what? 866-979-3776. We will start with Isaac in Bothell. Good morning, Isaac.
Morning, guys. Thank you for taking my call. Salk, I was actually surprised to hear you declare yourself 47 years old on that little PSA commercial thing.
Yeah.
I've always thought of you guys as older brother, little bit. It's just listening to you fellas makes me feel better every day.
Okay.
And thank you.
Well,
thank you for what you're doing.
Was that because you feel like I'm older than 47 or younger than 47?
More cynical than 47.
Ah, well, I've been cynical since I was very, very young, even a teenager. Yeah. Forget 47, just 7.
Get that? I think that's why you and Brock are such great foils for each other, is Brock actually has a soul. And so, I mean, it's really nice.
Jeez. His soul is going to be saved, probably, unlike mine. But as for whether or not I have a soul, that's a different conversation. All right, do you have anything other than sort of backhanded insults? What do we have here, Jesse? Isaac?
Seahawks.
What's on your mind?
Seahawks. I want to talk about the run game for the Seahawks and how I'm actually pleased, which is not really a hot take, but I know what they did say, 21st in the league so far for yards on the ground, but the top 5 for attempts. The other thing that I heard recently was we are playing against the stoutest run defenses for stacked boxes in the whole league.
Yep.
Everyone knows we're going to run, and everyone's throwing 8 guys up front at us.
Mm-hmm.
And I absolutely love that. I'm so excited that we're finally doing this year so we can make people pay when Sam actually throws the ball. That's the whole point, and I think we're doing it great. I'm not concerned about a low mileage number on this one because they're doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
And when they break open. And people are saying, well, we got to make more yards on the ground. Well, I don't think we do. We're 5-2. We're winning against good teams. There are some good teams that we're going to beat because we're committed to the run. I know it's not a hot take. But can we
a great take.
Down a little bit? We're finally doing it.
I mean, that's a take of a guy with a soul, Isaac. I would say
a football soul.
I'll take it.
A guy who was quite nearly sacrificed, Brock, but was able to save himself and move on from there. And nice work, Isaac.
Good stuff. Good Old Testament.
I agree with all that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you should, because your football soul has clamored for that for years and years and years. Don't tell me you're this without doing it. Don't tell me you're a run team without running the ball. And the fruit, it's kind of not ripened yet. Now, I will say the Houston game, if you actually look at the numbers there, that was one of their most positive games, going up against one of the best teams.
And is that,
you didn't have negative runs.
Is that because Houston started to protect, bring the safety back and start to protect more against the pass?
Tough to say.
Okay.
Tough to say. Not necessarily. I think that the execution was a little bit better, and time on task should help this team. And Charbonnet and Ken, I thought both ran it very effectively in that game as a 1-2 punch. We've not seen that, right? We've seen one of them hot and the other not so hot. And kind of yo-yo back and forth over the year. But, man, when you're fifth in the league in rushing attempts and you go look at it, and the teams atop the divisions, right, all across the league, do what? They're volume rush attempt guys, and that sets the table for everything else.
All right, 866-979-3776. We'll go to Puyallup and talk to Mike. Good morning, Mike.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Coach.
Fellas, I've been a coach 37 years, and all different levels, high school down to – I did sixth grade baseball this year. My thing is two things. When I have good players, I'm a genius coach. And two, I only coach the kids that want to be there. Now, Josh Naylor, I love him. I really want to sign him. But I think $20 million, 4 years, $80 million total, I think that's a respectable offer. And I think if our ownership puts that forth and he still wants to shop around, he's earned the right to shop around, right? And every season's a new season, and we'll figure it out. But I think, make the effort in that sense, but don't go crazy, right?
But what do you do? All right, so Mike, great scenario. So let's run it out. Let's say you decide to offer him 4 for 80 or $20 million a year for 4 years.
Right.
And he says, okay, thanks, but no thanks. I think the Yankees are going to offer me more, and he goes to New York. What are you going to do then?
Certainly possible. Yeah.
So then what?
Oh, what about that big kid down, a big outfielder down to Class A or maybe Double A? Alvarado, 6'4", hits like a monster. Is there? I mean, I know first base is tricky, and I know.
Are you talking about Laz Montero?
Naylor does a great job.
Or Montez?
Yeah.
Talking about Laz? Yeah, I mean, A, not ready, and B, not a first baseman, at least right now. Now, that doesn't mean they don't try to move him at some point, but he's not ready, and he's not a first baseman. He runs a strikeout rate that would make you beg for Teoscar Hernandez. So I appreciate the idea, but you're in win-now mode. You want to bring in a Double-A outfielder who strikes out a lot and have him play first base?
Come on,
Does that
Coach.
sound like a move that is going to help you get to the World Series next year?
No, I'm just saying that Naylor. But we have to accept the fact that Naylor could leave.
I understand,
through no fault of us.
I get that, but you've got to if you're going to start with that, and I agree, you're right, that can happen. Then what? The problem you run into is that there are only a couple other first basemen available in free agency. You're talking about Pete Alonso and Bellinger, and really that's it. I mean, maybe now you're talking about a trade. Do you like Ryan Mountcastle? Do you like Ryan O'Hearn? I guess you could sign Ryan O'Hearn, but none of those are particularly exciting names, right? I mean, I guess you get excited about.
Do you like George Polanco?
I don't at first base,
Well,
really.
There's these two guys coming over from Japan, but they've got some of their own concerns too. They're intriguing, both of them, but they've got concerns.
It's a big risk, don't you think? To I mean, look, all these things need to come together. But that is good. That's a good point, Lyle. The two Japanese options should at least be out there as possibilities. And maybe whether it's you who ends up with one of them, or maybe the Yankees or the Met, or like one of the other teams that might be in play for Josh Naylor, having other first base options available for them is a huge positive that actually makes me sleep a little better at night.
Yeah.
Okamoto's probably the safer bet of the two. Murakami's the way bigger name. He's going to get bigger money. He's a big star over in Japan. Okamoto doesn't strike out the way Murakami does. The only thing about Okamoto is I was reading some stuff about him is, he's been a 30 home run guy almost every year in Japan. The issue appears to be when velo gets up to 94 plus, that's where his numbers drop.
Oh, well, that shouldn't be a problem in Major League Baseball these days. Most guys are out there throwing 89, 90, right?
Now, to be fair, he probably hasn't seen a huge sample of velo, but there's reasons, there's concerns.
Get this guy in the traject machine and crank that sucker up, and let's see. 866-979-3776. Let me try Aaron in Denver. Good morning, Aaron.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for taking my call. I am a loyal YouTube watcher versus app listener, so appreciate that even being available. But I want to talk J.P. Crawford really quick. I know he's part of the fabric of the locker room, and it's not probably the biggest priority given the other things that they got, holes that they have to fill with free agency. But he just looks like a declining player in the field and also at the plate. And at the plate, he's more of a player that is giving you short bursts of effectiveness, but more so I just find myself being disappointed. I don't have any metrics to back that up, but that's where I'd like to see them do something if they can. What do you think about that?
Well, he's the most intriguing as well. Thank you, Aaron. Thanks for watching and listening. He's the most intriguing because of what's behind him. Unlike first base, where there is nothing in your system, and you traded Paul Goldschmidt and made that move to bring Naylor over, or not Goldschmidt, you traded Locklear to make that move. You don't have anything at first base. And at shortstop, you do, right? In fact, you're number one guy that just sped through the system all the way to your taxi squad through the playoffs to be around it is, by all accounts, one of the crown jewel prospects in all of baseball. And do you want to – no, I don't – Can you visualize any scenario, Salk, where you see Colt Emerson as your day one shortstop in 2026?
I don't see that.
I don't see that.
I don't know, but
your June 1st shortstop?
Maybe. I could see that. I mean, I could see him actually more likely as your day one third baseman if it goes in that direction, maybe competing with Ben Williamson over there. It's hard for me to see him as day one shortstop. But
and JP is on the final year of his contract.
Final year of the deal. So just out of curiosity, just because I looked it up with the call.
Aaron.
Whether you look at B-WAR or F-WAR, so that's Baseball Reference or Fangraphs.
Okay.
According to Baseball Reference, JP just had the second best season of his career.
That sounds about right.
Right? I mean, there was the outlier 5.2 win season in 2023 where he was just ridiculous. And
with all the power.
It was just the power, 94 walks. He was unbelievable.
Yep.
They have this tied with that really good 2021 season at 3.7 WAR.
Mm-hmm.
Up a full win from the season before. He's 30. He'll be 31 next year. If you look at Fangraphs, I think Fangraphs doesn't value, I don't know, they do their value a little bit different. I think they don't value defense as much or whatever, but they had this as his third best season. They liked the 2021 better, but also, a full win. They actually have 1.2 wins better than the season before. Now, granted, he was healthier, and that played a big role, 157 games instead of 105. But, they still see J.P. Crawford as a pretty good player, right? 3.5 to 4 win player.
Now, where does that rank amongst shortstops?
Right, that's true. He's playing a premier position, but
I will say by WRC Plus, he was 10th this year among shortstops.
That's not terrible.
No, it's
and
really
certainly
good
for the value that you get. Now, there is a real question: what happens if you move JP to second? But don't you kind of like the idea of starting to build Cole Young in Dan? One of the challenges is that Dan also really likes to have a set lineup that he's running out there almost every day. The value of J.P. Crawford might be, hey, you're using J.P., Cole Young, Colt Emerson in sort of a three-man rotation. I don't know whether that's something that's going to make Dan comfortable, but that's one way you could try to do it, to try to, still get value out of J.P., still protect the two young players you've got. I'm just kind of, trying to give you some ideas. I agree that JP is an interesting focal point, but the numbers are a whole lot better this year than they were a couple years ago.
Although, can't you just move him to third when Colt Emerson gets up?
JP?
Yeah. I mean, the range isn't what it used to be.
Yeah.
And Colt Emerson is really supposed to be a good defensive shortstop.
Yeah, is the arm good enough to play third?
That I don't know. But
I see him as more of a second baseman, but
I just feel like Cole Young's going to have to go out and earn it, obviously, but that just feels like it's going to be his spot.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a good conversation. Appreciate it. 866-979-3776. Let's keep it going. Let's go to Dano in Seattle.
Hey, fellas. Thanks for taking my call. I just got to start out by saying I love Fridays. You guys seem to bring it on Fridays. I guess it's because the weekend's coming and you're looking forward to it, but you guys are great on Fridays.
Appreciate that.
So are you. Real quick, Lyle is way off on JP. He doesn't have the arm for third base, but that's not my point. I wanted to talk about the Seahawks, and the Seahawks' biggest problem over the last 10 years has been defending the tight ends. Now, with Washington's, number one receiver being down, you've got to defend Zach Ertz this weekend or we don't have a chance.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz is the key this weekend.
I think that's a good point. I would say in traditionally in Pete's system, with as much single high as he liked to run, that was a vulnerability when he played elite tight ends and difference makers. I don't know if I've gotten that same vibe in this system with Mike McDonald. I don't know if, totally different scheme, a lot more two safety, a lot more shell, a lot more. Right. I don't know. Have you? Did you feel like a year ago, oh my gosh, every tight end just found a way to get after him? So, Daniel, I think that was a fair narrative under Pete's scheme and system. I don't know if that holds as much water under this system. And oh, by the way, your Nick Emanwari and your Devin Witherspoon and those guys' ability to cover in this, I think this gem you found in Drake Thomas that can really, really run, that should negate, I think, some of that second level as well.
Let's go back to Puyallup, Brock. We're all over the P-Town today. Let's go to Brian. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, guys.
Hey,
I just kind of wanted to call in and echo.
Hey, Brian, guess what?
Morning.
Puyallup Vikings going to win state this year. Do you know that?
Hey, let's go. Hey, that new coach, he's running.
He's doing good. Okay,
so anyways, I wanted to call in. I just kind of wanted to echo a few of the thoughts maybe from earlier, but I don't think JP is the guy at shortstop, first of all. I don't think this team is a nailer away from the World Series. I think we made it that far this year because the American League was, quite frankly, wide open.
Yep.
Right? Like there wasn't a major contender in the American League. We signed Naylor, then what? That's our big move. We signed a guy we already had. Like we're not a nailer away from the World Series. There may be like a little bit, we need to trim back the roses a little bit and maybe grow from the inside out a little bit more than where we made it this year. Like we kind of need to check our reality a little bit about where we're actually at. And a nailer that's our big offseason move, sign a guy we already have. I just think that
I don't think anyone is saying that, Brian. I don't know that anyone's saying that's the big offseason move. They're saying that's the biggest hole without him because you don't already have him. You don't have Naylor. You don't have Polanco.
You don't have
Suarez.
But you're going to spend all the money. You're going to spend all the money.
You don't know what the money is. How do you know that that's spending all the money?
Are you with Naylor? Are you a Naylor away from the World Series, or do we need to?
No, maybe you need Colt Emerson. Maybe you need Cade.
I'm not saying that
maybe
I think
Anderson.
that's a false premise. I don't know that you're asking, are you a Naylor away from the World Series? I don't know that spending money on Josh Naylor means that's the end of the money. I don't know what the budget is. Nobody does. So to sit here and say like, well, if you sign Josh Naylor, that's it. Pack it up and go home.
We're not talking about anybody else.
Today we're not, because we're saying that's priority number one, but that doesn't mean that's the end of the offseason. Fortunately, the offseason is longer than just one move. I just believe it's a very important one and one that we all thought was going to be not set in stone, but felt like almost a fait accompli. And now I don't know that I feel that way. And so just trying to figure out, without Josh Naylor, that is the biggest hole on the roster. What do you do at first base? You don't have another option right now other than Luke Raley. And I don't think that's an option that gets anybody excited heading into the season. Do you?
No. And I would also say, Brian, are you a Colt Emerson away? Are you a Cade Anderson away? Are you you don't know about what also is kind of brimming there in your system. And those guys are in your system, and they are talented. And we saw the impact that a Williamson and we saw the impact that a Cole had. Right, just a season ago, were they, the chips that led you to a World Series? By no means. But I don't think anybody's saying you're just Josh Naylor away from a.
Yeah, I don't think that's really the conversation. No. Let me try one more here. Let's try Art in Phoenix. What's up, Art? Good morning.
Hey, buddy. How you guys doing? I've been a big-time fan with the Mariners forever. Grew up in California as a Giant fan. I hate the Dodgers.
Okay, thanks.
And I'm just looking at our roster, and we've got some great players. And I look at who's clutch. We've got clutch players, but some of them have just fallen off when we really needed the bat. We didn't have any bats towards the end. Crawford, great infielder. His bat died on us. Polanco, clutch hitter. But towards the end, we needed some more bat. We've got Cal. He's going to always clutch. Julio can clutch. But Canzone, I like the youth. I like Rivas. Rivas came in and clutched. We just got some holes to fill, and we're going to be right there. Our pitching's amazing.
All right. Well, thank you.
I got to go out to Detroit and see a split. It was so great. tried to get to Toronto, I would have got stuck in Denver.
Okay,
but
well, thank you.
I'm a big Mariner fan, and I love the Seahawks.
All right. Thank you, Art. Appreciate it. Thank you for the life story. There's a lot going on there, and I'm not sure I have the temperament at the moment to address it all, so we'll just move forward here, Brock. We only have a couple of minutes left to go.
Salk needs a Snickers. We've been talking about it all day.
I'm good. We're gonna.
I love fellas like Art. I call in our show in particular with the pace that we like to move. And
It's really interesting.
And he just is. You know what? I
on his own
went out
pace.
to Detroit.
Yeah.
And I've almost flew through Denver.
I mean, he's in Phoenix. He's probably moving at my parents' pace. Like, I get it. He's hanging out. He's going to, McCormick Ranch or heading, up North Scottsdale somewhere.
I'm going to get the car washed at Costco.
Yeah.
The Scottsdale Costco, it's got a great car wash.
Sure. Yeah, my parents, he asked me, what are you going to do? And I'm like, oh, we're very busy today. No, you're not. You're both retired. You're not doing jack squat. This is why you can take all day to tell me about Denver and Detroit and how long you've been a fan. Thank you, Art. Appreciate the phone call. Brock, today is Halloween.
Yes.
There are two things I'm going to do over the course of the year. One is that on
July
4th of July, I'm going to tell you
that
fireworks are dumb and it's not worth blowing off your finger.
That's
dumb.
Yep.
Number two, another safety tip. I only offer 2 a year. My second safety tip is it is Halloween night. It is going to be raining. It is going to be dark. The kids are out there trick-or-treating earlier than you think. If you're driving home from work and you're in a rush, and like me, you tend to drive a little too fast, don't do it tonight of all nights. Make sure you slow it down and make sure you don't run into any kids that have a habit of darting into the street without any warning and without a lot of common sense. So
think of Art, our friend in Phoenix. Just slow down.
Take it at Art's pace.
Slow it down.
Yep, there you go. All right.
Don't go at G. Scott's pace, because whatever that was last hour, don't do that.
No, that was a guy who's hopped up on too much candy. Something. I don't know what was going on there.
We're going to talk to the coach Monday, huh? They come in late. Whoop.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to be in a great mood. It'll be awesome. Can't wait. We're taping that, too.
Yes.
That'll be good.
Oh, enjoy it, Salky. Enjoy it. Enjoy Halloween. Enjoy our Seahawks. And to Art, thank you.
Salk makes me want to turn the channel when you treat your listeners like bleep when they call in. That's part of the fun. That's part of the fun of the show. It's been 17 years of it. You think it's going to change now? That's part of the fun. Come on, man. We got to go.
Your kids
have a great weekend, everybody. Seriously, have a great Halloween and be safe. We'll see you guys Monday morning, 6 a.m. Until then, the hay.
In the barn.
See everybody.
Get to the chopper!
For Down Territory, Michael Bumpus answers the top 4 football questions of the day.
What do the Hawks have to continue to do?
Every day at 11:15 and 1:15.
Be good when it comes to corralling quarterbacks in the run game. This is the most mobile quarterback they're going to play this week in Jaden Daniels. The Hawks are only averaging 17.8 yards per game rushing from the QB spot. This ain't the week to slip up when it comes to corralling a quarterback.
Catch every 4 Down Territory on the Seattle Sports app.
Selling cars is a really easy business. It's complicated by really bad dealers. And why do we do that? Well, because we think that the less information we give and the more that we can dictate it on our terms, the more profitable we'll be. And what we found is that this is the exact opposite. The easier we make it, the more information we give, the more comfortable customers are in doing business with us. Now, that one transaction, we might make a little bit less on, but it's not the one. It's that one that leads to the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. It's not the one individual. He's like, but you never get to the spouse, the parents, the kids, the friends, if you don't take care of them first.
It's not a script. It's a belief. The LJ Way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Okay, I have to tell you. I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the